war with Iran. Is that something that you like, or is that something that you dislike?
No, I don't like war at all. No, not at all.
So you
I
dislike
think
Trump starting a war with Iran, which caused your gas prices to go up, inflation to go up, your grocery prices to go up.
I don't think we needed to start a war with Iran. I don't. I think
I
it's a
agree.
pointless war.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a very pointless war.
I agree. So given that you agree with all of those things, it seems like you don't agree with everything Trump's done. Let's talk about
Well,
the Big
I
Beautiful Bill. How do you feel about the Big Beautiful Bill cutting 420,000 children off of free school lunch and breakfast on average every single month? According to the Congressional Budget Office, a bipartisan committee from the federal government.
I think school lunches should be free for all kids.
Okay, so how do
I
you
didn't
feel
know they
about
do
all of those
breakfast
kids
though.
being cut off?
It's not right, but I mean, he's president. What are you gonna do? I mean,
Disagree with
I
it?
don't know. I think that it's not right. Look, I'm going to say this. Some stuff that Trump does is not right. But he's the president. He's going to do what he wants to do. We can't stop him.
Well, we can say that we disagree with it. We can say that we don't support him, right?
Yeah, you can definitely say you disagree with what Trump is doing, but he's going to keep on doing it no matter
Okay.
what.
Well, unless we specifically can vote for Democrats in the midterms that will actively be able to prevent him from doing these things. Which you can do, by the
I
way. The midterms are coming up, right? And you'll be able to vote for Democrats and be able to ensure that there's more accountability for the Trump administration. So you actively can do something. Well, why don't you acknowledge you can?
Because I'm not a Democrat, so why would I vote for a Democrat?
Because they'll hold
That's
Trump
the thing.
accountable for his horrible policy, and it will allow for you guys in the Republican Party to actually define your party outside of the MAGA movement.
So you want me to vote for a Democrat in the midterms and get Trump out of office? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
so
saying?
yeah, I want you to vote for a Democrat in the midterms, and I want you to work with you and your own party to redefine the Republican Party without MAGA being involved in it. Because inevitably speaking, you guys need to move on. You guys need to do better, right? And that you guys can't include this incredibly horrible MAGA ideology that is incredibly anti-American, where Trump called for the termination of the Constitution, called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow unlawful orders. All of those things are fundamentally undermining the unity of this country. It's dividing us.
All right, let me ask you a question. What are some of the reasons why you hate Trump? Because I've seen you. I actually watched your Jubilee debate, your newest one that you were with Dean, and then I believe you're going against some guy named Matt Nuclear and some other guy.
Yeah, that was
And
insufferable. That was insufferable.
I saw it, and I mean, it was I have to agree with you there. It was pretty insufferable.
hmm
I like Matt Nuclear. The other guy was insufferable. I don't like the other guy at all.
You know, offline, that guy said after the thing that he was going to win, and then he got 5% in his election.
Oh
I was like,
man, I
no
mean,
shot. I literally told him, no shot. You're going to win within that district. And he's like, dude, I
no,
swear I can change.
yeah,
It's like a plus 37 Democrat district, and he got 5%
yeah.
vote after thinking he was
Nobody's
going
going
to
to vote
win.
for him. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Nobody's going to vote for him. But the question I have for you is, I've seen your content. I've seen you debate a lot of people, especially Charlie Kirk. Who, by the way, I love Charlie Kirk. I absolutely loved him. I thought he was a great guy. But I was wondering, why don't you like Trump? What are the reasons why you don't like Trump?
okay. Well, like again, I acknowledge that he's tried to undermine our democracy. He called for the execution of some Democrats. He literally said that he was glad that Rob Reiner and Robert Mueller is dead. So all the people that you disagree with saying all of those things about them being glad and happy that Charlie Kirk is dead and celebrating it, right? That's what Donald Trump did with people he disagreed with that literally just investigated him. So if you saw that to be
Okay, but
horrible specifically for people on the left to do that, then you should also
okay.
not support Trump when he does that on the right.
Well, I mean, okay. Did he really celebrate Rob Reiner's death? I mean, I
Yeah, so he
saw
literally said,
R.I.P. Rob Reiner.
no, he said, I'm
I said
glad that they're dead
he said it
about
was a
Robert
terrible
Mueller.
thing that happened to Rob Reiner. I mean,
Wait, do you want me to show you on the
Robert Mueller,
screen?
yeah,
Wait, yeah.
Mueller, yeah. I saw that, and I didn't agree with that at
Okay,
all.
can you at
I
least
didn't agree
acknowledge it
with him
with
saying
Robert
that.
Mueller? Because all he did was
Of
investigate him.
course,
Okay, so then if
I
you
don't.
think that that was a disqualifying reason for people on the left, like we shouldn't support people specifically who do stuff like that to individuals who are just engaging in discourse, right, or just doing their jobs, well then you should say the
I
same
mean,
thing when it's the other way around, when it's a Republican, right, Donald Trump using the position of power to actively throw these types of types of comments towards people in the middle. By the way, Robert Mueller is not like some big Democrat. Robert Mueller is like an independent.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I was the first one who said I didn't really those stuff about Charlie Kirk that the left said. I was like, it didn't really bother me. I was like, that's their opinion of him, and they didn't like him. So
You don't have a problem with people being happy and glad that Charlie Kirk's dead?
No. I didn't like it, but I was like, that's their opinion. But
okay,
so the whole firing.
So if people were using their platforms as Democratic politicians to promote that particular belief, would you have an issue with that?
To promote celebrating somebody's
promote
death?
Celebrating Charlie Kirk's death.
Oh yeah, I don't think you should celebrate anybody's death, but I mean,
yeah, like if another Democrat went out there and said, "I'm glad Charlie Kirk's dead," right? The world's a better place now, and left it as that as a tweet. That's exactly what Donald Trump said about Robert Mueller, by the way. Would you be okay with that?
I read that.
Would you have had a problem with that?
I wasn't okay with the thing he said about Robert Mueller. I really wasn't okay with that. I thought it was classless. I thought it was pointless to say that.
To support him, right?
I mean, yeah, because there's other things that he's doing that I support. I mean, but I don't support everything he does, such as let's see, definitely the border, getting men out of women's sports. That's that type of stuff.
Okay, so the border, and you don't want trans women playing in women's sports. Can you name any trans women that were dominating women's sports?
Who's that one? What's his name? Leah
Thomas was not dominating. She did not win in all the circumstances she played, right? She's not even playing anymore, by the way. And
I mean, what was it he dominating before her until?
No, she literally was actually dominating under the men's league when she was playing in the men's league, right? And literally placing records, like literal records. But then when she
would you like me to stop
women's
calling
league,
him?
she was not placing the same type of records. So if anything,
would you like?
She was
Okay.
she when going to women's sports performed worse off than when she played in men's sports.
Would you like me to stop calling her him?
Yes.
Would you like me to stop doing that?
Yes.
Okay, that I can see that bothers. It's your live. I'll stop doing it. But no, I mean, I just think that trans women are men, and they need to stop telling themselves they're women. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, okay, here's the thing about me.
I really much disagree with that. I think trans women are women. And why are you to superimpose that your definition is the only way of using the term?
I'm not, but I'm just telling you how I feel.
Then why ought they think that?
Why don't they think that? Why do they think
why
that they're
ought
women?
they think that? Why should they think that?
Why should they think that they're men? Because they are. I mean, I don't get what you're trying to ask me. Okay, you disagree. You think that they're women.
It depends on how you use the term, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how language operates. So can you explain to me why they should use your definition?
Why they should?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should because they're men. They're not women.
You have a circular argument. They should because you want them to accept your argument. Why do you want them to accept your argument? Because I want them to accept my argument is really what you're saying. You're not really providing a reason as to why they ought to or why they should use your definition. You're not providing a reason as to why they're wrong. There's nothing delusional about what they're saying. There's nothing delusional about what I'm saying in saying that trans identity is valid.
I never said they're delusional. I said that
who is delusional? Trump.
Who? Trump. How is Trump delusional?
Well, he said that windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. He said that he drinks Diet Coke because he thinks it kills cancer because it kills grass. And he said that privately, like to Dr. Oz and his son.
Okay.
We can point to the fact that he said that if Jesus were the vote counter in California, that he would have won the vote in California against Joe Biden.
Okay, so Trump said some stupid things. Everybody says stupid. Everybody
utterly
says
delusional.
Stupid things.
And not to mention, he denied the 2020 election results and was pressed on that, and then literally rage quit and melted down.
He didn't win the 2020 election
when he was just pressed on.
He didn't win. He didn't win the 2020 election.
He can't accept that.
Even I think that's delusional. He didn't win it. He definitely didn't win it.
Of course he didn't win it, and he believes that with no evidence that he did.
Okay, so he believes he won it. So how does that affect your life, Parker?
Well, I'm just saying the president of the United States utilizing his position as president to get 70% of Republicans to believe the election is stolen with absolutely no evidence is a threat to the democracy that I live in. It's a threat to the unity in our country. It's a blatant spread of misinformation and lies. And I think
how is it a threat, though?
How is it? I just told you. It's a blatant spread of misinformation. It leads to a huge portion of the opposing party believing in utter lies that then can affect our election results and our democracy. It threatens the trust of our public systems and of our election process. Do you understand that undermines core fundamental public systems and institutions that we rely on in order to be able to have accountability within the context of our democratic process?
Okay. I mean, Trump is going to say what he wants to say. I mean, okay. Hasn't
support him no matter what? Like, I'm telling you that these things are delusional. And like, you
because
have no
I'm a
problem.
Republican.
You have no policing of Donald Trump's misinformation, but for some reason you feel such a need to address trans people when trans people aren't spreading misinformation. They're saying the truth.
They're saying the truth, which is that you think the truth is they are actually women.
Yeah, trans women are women and trans men are men. Yeah, absolutely. That is the truth.
If you have to get surgery to become a woman or a man, you're not a woman or a man.
Wait,
you're just not.
We're not saying the surgery makes them a woman or the surgery makes them a man, right? They were prior to the surgery. There are people who get gender-affirming care who are cis and not trans. People do that all the time. Gender-affirming care isn't just for trans people.
I've never heard about that, but
you've never heard of that. You've never heard of people who are specifically trying to engage in certain types of plastic surgery in order to be able to have gender affirming care as a cis individual.
What
about men who are supplementing testosterone?
I've heard of the term gender affirming care. I just never heard of actual men or women
who are
doing
supplementing testosterone. Right? Do you think that that's going to be? Do you think that's going to qualify, or like maybe hair transplants for men? Do you think that's going to qualify?
I know what hair transplants are. My dad takes he has hair transplants. Okay.
Yeah, but like these things are like gender affirming care, is it not? Or like how about like the common male use of Viagra, right? That sounds like gender affirming care to them. That's at least their understanding of gender. At least in that sense. They feel that is a notion of their manhood, and they're trying to uplift their masculinity by doing that. There's countless things that we can point to.
That's different than a man actually thinking he's a woman, and a woman actually thinking that she's a man.
Well, again, the way that you just framed it, I think, is dishonest and a straw man. Because it's trans women are women and trans men are men. It's not the whole way that you just framed it. We're not claiming that cis men are women. We're not claiming that.
Okay. All right, whatever you say. You may know more about that stuff than I do. Okay. I just think it's wrong, but that's just me. That's what I believe. That's how I was raised.
Okay, but like, can you name one policy that Democrats support as it relates to trans people that will get you to support the adjudicated rapist over the Democrats?
Adjudicated rapist?
Yeah, he was held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating
civilly liable against okay. All right, let me ask you a question. Where was Trump held civilly liable at? What state?
New York.
An extremely
are you
democratic
a plastic
state.
Bottle or something?
I'm putting away some food.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just you can hear it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I get that a lot. Okay, so he was tried in New York, which is a very democratic state, which Democrats hate Trump. So okay, that's the one thing how I know it's
people
bullshit.
That Trump's lawyers fought for to keep on the jury. There was individuals that literally like watched Tim Pool. There was an individual that watched Tim Pool and thought he was a centrist. So I just want to clarify, every single person on the jury indicated this to be true. Proportionally, you would expect there to be at least 1 to 3 individuals that were apolitical, independent, or conservative that were on the jury. And all of those individuals indicated that Donald Trump sexually abused Eugene Carroll. Think of the galaxy and think of the Antarctic. So can you acknowledge that? Like, I think that's pretty good basis to believe that there's not much of a bias there.
Yeah, well, I mean, isn't it's Eugene Carroll? I always fuck her name up. All right, isn't Eugene Carroll being looked at, investigated, PSG, DNC paid her to lie about Trump?
Nope, there's no evidence of that at all. So the DOJ is investigating her on behalf of
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump being mad at the fact that she
Mm-hmm.
was winning the case and she won the case and she won the appeal. So they're trying to quote unquote
Okay.
look for perjury, which by the way they
Okay.
can't find because it doesn't
Okay.
exist.
All right, let me
You know
ask
who
you a
actually
question.
was proven to have lied in the deposition, for
Who?
example? Donald Trump.
Trump.
Right, he said that he
I knew you were
wouldn't
gonna
have
say
sexually
that.
abused her because she's quote unquote not his type, but then in the deposition he mistook her with his ex-wife, indicating he would have sexually abused her either way.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So this happened in the 90s, right?
Yes.
Where did Trump supposedly rape E. Jean Carroll at?
Bergdorf Goodman.
Okay, in where?
What do you mean?
Inside where?
department store?
Inside the store, in the middle of the store. Where did he rape her at?
Like
Exactly.
in like the changing
part of the
room
store?
areas.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question. So, in the 90s, Trump had security all over him at that time. How did E. Jean Carroll get past his security?
That's actually not true. And also, by the way, like the people who
are you
worked there
talking
at
about?
Bergdorf Goodman at that time testified to the fact that that particular floor would be completely empty at that time during the day.
No,
Right?
just
Or
department
any
stores are
time-
never empty.
typical time during the day.
Okay. All right.
It was very common,
Okay,
and they're not going to keep on to all of their
Okay.
the video or camera recordings, right? That's just not the case. And then also, Donald Trump
Okay.
said they never met, but there was a picture of them shown together, and he wouldn't give up his DNA after multiple years allotted, right? And that could have proved that he wasn't at the scene of the crime because she claimed that there was DNA, the unidentified male DNA that was on her dress that was tested to show that it was unidentified male DNA was Donald Trump's
Yeah.
DNA. So if Donald Trump gave up his DNA to prove that it wasn't his, right, in close proximity to her, well, then he would have had more of a reason to say, oh, I didn't do this. But he decided not to give up his DNA within the time slot allotted. That, like, screams guilty. You know that, right?
Because the judge wouldn't let him give up his thing. He tried. Judge wouldn't let him do it.
That was after the time slot allotted, and that was explicitly to make the court case take longer. That's what the
Okay.
judge indicated.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I have nothing else to say. I just got one more question for you, though, Parker, before I leave.
Can you acknowledge all of those are good reasons to not support Trump? Like, how do you
I
still
mean,
sit
if
there
it
and
was-
defend him, even though all of these things are true about him?
I mean, if it were true, if I would believe it was true, then yeah, I would say those are.
Yeah,
good
but like the
reasons.
thing is,
But-
if Donald Trump were a trans person, you would believe these things about Donald Trump. But because Donald Trump is a cis man in a position of power, right? I think that people are just willing to take his side no matter what, even when the evidence indicates his guilt. Because
hold on.
the evidence indicates his guilt. He was determined
Hold
by
on,
that
hold
in
on,
a civil
hold on.
court. He's been preventing the release of the Epstein files. This guy
Okay.
screams guilty. He's admitted to engaging in
He-
sexual exploitation and bragging about walking to the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without
Okay,
consent.
that
When two
was the
18-year-olds came
other
out, so there were
thing.
4 girls as young as 15 years
Here
old
we
in these
go.
changing rooms.
Okay. All right. Can you prove that he actually said he walked into the changing rooms of
Yes. Do you want to hear the
young
clip?
teenage girls?
You want to hear
Go
the
ahead.
clip?
Play it.
I
Play
got
it.
you. I
Go
will
ahead.
play the clip.
Awesome.
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting.
Right,
I want to
right.
make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
All right. Question for you, Parker. Did he say the word dressing rooms or did he say backstage?
He described what a woman's dressing room is by saying that
No,
there were no
he-
men around, that women were
No.
back there changing, and that there was no men around.
No, he never said
It was backstage.
he never said dressing rooms. He said backstage.
Can you describe?
Plus,
what a
okay.
Can I ask you a question? Can you describe?
Oh my god, what is a
Watch.
woman?
No. Can you describe what a woman's dressing room is, without saying woman's dressing room?
Can I describe without saying it?
Yes. Go for it.
It's a place with the door that they use to change in, so that nobody sees them. It's basically for privacy reasons.
I think that it's
So
gonna be
nobody
a little
sees
bit
them.
more than that. It's gonna be like a place where
Changing.
women are, where no men are, where women are changing, naked, etc. Naked and changing. Would you agree?
Okay.
Would that be the
Yeah, of
description of
course.
what a woman's changing room would
Of
be?
course.
And it would be
Of course.
also it would be backstage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Okay,
exactly
well-
what he said. So that's a woman's changing room. Okay, if you can put 2 and 2 together.
Okay. All right. So did he also? He never said they were naked. He never said that.
He said that they had no clothes on.
He never said clothes. He never said the word clothes.
Clothes?
He was about to, and then he stopped himself.
He was about to. So he was implying that, correct?
But here's the thing. All right, let me ask a question.
Do you want me to play it again? I think this is a bit dishonest from you.
I heard it. I hear it all the
play
time.
It one more time, just to show you how dishonest.
Oh Lord!
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else, and no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes.
They're standing there with no clothes after saying everyone's getting dressed and that there are no men around. So I think that you can obviously tell he was saying that they have no clothes on in that scenario. And I think that you're being ridiculous when you're not acknowledging that. And by the way, the reason why you're doing this is to undermine how bad it is for Donald Trump to do this.
Am I? All right. Let me ask you another question. So when you're wearing a towel, are you naked underneath the towel?
Am I naked underneath a towel?
Do you have clothes underneath the towel?
Yes.
You have clothes underneath the towel?
I mean, it depends on the
scenario.
Sorry. I thought your question was...
No. Understandable.
I thought your question was, were you naked underneath the towel? I guess you could say that. But, are you naked underneath your clothes?
Well, okay, so when you get out of the shower and you put on a towel... I have a question.
Are you naked underneath your clothes?
Of course I am. What kind of question is that?
Okay, so if you have a towel on, are you naked underneath your towel? Yeah? In the same way that you're naked underneath your clothes.
All right. So here's the thing. Whenever he went backstage, all the girls were notified he was coming.
What's that?
When he was going backstage to inspect everything, make sure everything was going right, they had warning. They were warned.
That's not true
before
in all
he
of these
came
scenarios.
backstage. Oh, that's absolutely true.
No, it's not.
Absolutely
because
true.
there were women that came out and specifically said that they didn't know. And Donald Trump would just
and they're all of age. No one was underage.
There were two women that came out that were 18 that said there were four girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms.
Really? How do you know that's the truth? How do you know that's the truth? Because you hate Trump? Is that why you think that's the truth? Because you hate him?
No, it's because the particular people involved indicated this to be true.
How do you know that, though? How do you know it's actually true? It's absolutely 100% true. How do you know that?
How do you know your description of the events is true?
Because I've heard the events many, many times. And
heard the events from who?
Yeah. Okay, so what you're saying...
Who do you think gave a perfect account of the state of affairs that occurred? Because I would take the multiple people who came out and talked about the fact that these things happened, plus Donald Trump admitting to doing these things, as good enough reason to believe that these things happened. Whereas I'm asking you, where did you hear the series of events? Where are you getting your information from?
Everybody said that they were all warned before he came in.
That's not true.
Yes, it's absolutely
No, it's not.
true.
There were explicitly in the article that you'd be citing of people specifically that they talked to.
Lord.
There were some individuals that indicated that was not true, and there were some individuals that indicated that in situations with them that was true. So that you're talking about different circumstances. You're not saying in every single circumstance that this was true. And by the way, that's why there were people that came out and said that Donald Trump barged in without them knowing.
Okay.
And they were caught off guard.
So what you're saying is that you don't like it when a man is backstage at a beauty pageant he owns. Is that correct? You didn't like that he did that.
This is Donald Trump engaging in sexual exploitation, him being held civilly liable, sexually abusing a woman, him purposely preventing the release of the Epstein files, even though he's legally obligated to release all of them. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. He constantly sexualized his daughter, right? Literally saying Yada Howard Stern, calling his daughter a piece of ass, calling his daughter voluptuous, which means curvy and sexually attractive, saying he has sex in common with his daughter, and saying he'd be dating his own daughter if it wasn't his daughter. I mean, this guy's a series of engaging in this particular behavior, a pattern of engaging in this particular type of behavior, and you'll constantly find any excuse you possibly can to try to act like it's not as bad as it actually is, when we all see right through those lies.
And Biden said, "I love it when little kids bounce on my lap."
What about Biden? Did you guys hear that?
I mean, come on, dude.
Whenever they're trying to distract away from Donald Trump's wrongs, they say, "What about Biden? What about Biden?
Because
Biden?
You voted for Biden.
I'm sorry,
you
we weren't
voted
even
for
talking
Biden.
about Biden. Biden was never even brought up in the conversation, and you reached all the way to talking about Biden instead of addressing all of the evils of Trump specifically.
Because
what about Bidenism?
Most of those are lies.
This is literally the logical fallacy that I brought up and created myself. What about Bidenism? Actually, it's a new thing. Okay. What about Biden?
Calm down, buddy. Calm down, buddy. All right. So you said you don't like it that Trump went backstage where all the girls were supposedly they're naked. Okay. Well, did you know there are men, other men, stagehands, people who work back there who go
Trump
back there as
said
well?
That there were no men around, no men anymore.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Well, there may not have been any men at that time, but there are still men.
By the way,
that.
Can I announce something real quick that we got really good information that just
Of course. Of course,
this just in, everybody. Spencer Pratt has lost, everybody. Spencer Pratt, he's lost by big margins. What can I say? Nithya Raman is taking a second place in the LA mayoral race. It's going to be a Democratic blockout of Republicans and of MAGA individuals in the LA area when it comes to the mayoral race, actually. Look at these incredible results that are coming out, everybody. Take an L, Spencer Pratt. Leave the city. Later, buddy. Later, bud. What can I say? You lost bigly. What can I say? You lost bigly.
Making fun of Trump. That's funny. All right. Yeah, I hate Spencer Pratt. I'm glad he lost. Did he really lose? I can't stand Spencer Pratt.
Like, literally, he's like, I'm taking victory lap, and then he literally lost because most of the ballots leaned towards Raman near the end because people voted near the end mail in. Thank you, everyone, for going out there and voting. That was amazing. We love that. That's exactly what we needed. Now there's going to be a real conversation for the mayoral race between Karen Bass and Nithya Raman, specifically about like what we need to do, rather than like conspiracy theories and bullshit. That's not going to get us anywhere.
I knew Trump was going to. I knew Spencer was going to lose. I cannot stand the guy. I really can't. But anyways, back to Trump.
He underperformed Rick Caruso by
far.
Yeah,
of course he did.
That was brutal.
Everybody knew he was going to lose. I even knew he was going to lose.
Okay.
But
I mean, a lot of people thought he was going to win.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of people, delusional people. People on my side thought he was going to win too.
Delusional people. You're right.
I don't like Spencer Pratt at all.
Okay. All
right, let me add one. I kind of like you, Parker. I kind of like you. I mean, there's stuff you say that I can't stand, but I do kind of like you, man. I think you are smart. You're a smart kid. You're like 22, 23, if I'm correct.
I'm 24.
You're 24. I was close. You're a smart kid. I was not as smart as you when I was that age. But I do think that you do get some stuff wrong about Trump.
Okay, like what?
I really do. Well, the thing that you said about him telling a 10-year-old girl that he's dating her in 10 years, he never told her that.
He never said that? Do you want to hear the clip, sir?
No. I know what he said. He said, look at her, I'll be dating her in 10 years. But he never said to her. You guys make it seem like he said to her.
Thursday
he didn't
night.
say to her.
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be
Oh my God, I just told you I heard it. Yeah, he never said to her.
Shh.
Oh, Lord.
Thursday night. You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
So listen, he says, you going up the escalator? She says, yeah. He goes, can you believe it? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. And she goes,
her.
So this was said to her, at least about her, and she heard it. Can you at least acknowledge that?
I can see that she heard it, yeah. But
then why did she respond that way at the end? Can you hear her again?
I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Oh, Lord.
10 years.
Did you download all these clips and you just have them on your computer at the ready?
I have them on like a website link, like favorites tab.
Wow. Okay. I don't know why you have those.
This is my job, and I talk about these things. Is that really?
Is your full-time job?
Yeah, this is my full-time job.
So you just sit at home and do this. Okay. All right. That's cool.
I debate people on the internet, and that's my job.
I would love to have a job like that, but I have a real job. But anyways,
you don't back think to I what have we're a real saying. Job?
I mean, TikTok isn't really a real job. Let's be honest.
I think it's a real job.
I mean, people give you money to basically sit up here and spread propaganda, but
what propaganda?
Some of the stuff that you say about Trump, you make it seem like he's such a bad guy, man. Like you make it seem like he's such a
propaganda. That seems like based in true.
Big
like
rapist.
It seems like everything I'm saying is based in true. So like, what's propaganda?
Okay, Ye- just that he is a pedophile, which he's not.
So
He's
then
not
let
a
me ask
fucking
you this
pedophile.
question. Do you believe
Okay.
the victims of Epstein that got settlements from the Epstein estate about their accusations against Epstein relating to sexual abuse and trafficking?
Well, I can't really say because I haven't heard all of them, so I can't really say. I'm not going to say something. I'm not going to act like I know something when I don't.
You have to hear all of the victims of Epstein to then believe them. I would say I believe all of them until I have good reason to believe otherwise. Right?
Yeah, because it's about Trump and you hate Trump.
No,
I mean,
I didn't. Wait. I didn't see anything about Trump. I just said Epstein. I don't know why you're making this connection between. Wait. Why are you making this connection between Epstein and Trump?
Because you guys connect Epstein to Trump all the time. Of course,
I mean, like I didn't do that yet. So like you just did that yourself.
But I mean, you can't fault me for thinking that because you talk about Trump and Epstein all the fucking time.
I'm talking about Epstein right now. Do you believe the victims of Epstein that got settlements from the Epstein estate about their accusations against Epstein relating to sexual abuse and trafficking? It's a simple question.
Do I believe that Epstein was a trafficker? Yeah, I believe Epstein was a trafficker.
No, I'm
of course
asking
I
if you
do.
believe the survivors of Epstein.
That Epstein raped them? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, do you believe the survivors of Epstein that got settlements from the Epstein estate about their accusations relating to Epstein about sexual abuse and trafficking? Simple question.
That Epstein raped them? Yes, of course I do.
Oh, you do?
Of course.
You do believe those accusations? Okay. Well, then that would implicate Trump. You want to know why that implicates Trump? Because Jane Doe 4 accused Epstein of trafficking her to Trump. And she got a settlement with the Epstein estate about her accusations relating to Epstein, about sexual abuse and trafficking. And this is an accusation against Epstein relating to his conduct about trafficking that then implicates Trump.
Okay. Well, I mean, Trump turned Epstein
doing all these things to prevent all the information to come out from the Epstein files? Seemingly like he wouldn't be putting so much into it unless he was implicated.
Okay, well, Trump turned Epstein in.
No, he didn't.
To the police. Yes, he did. It's in the Epstein files.
No, he called Epstein, or called the captain after Epstein was arrested. And said that Ghislaine Maxwell was evil. And then you know what? 14 years later, he literally wished Ghislaine Maxwell well as president. Did you know that? Did you know in 2020 he wished Ghislaine Maxwell well as president?
Okay.
He said, I don't know about the case, actually, but I wish her well, actually.
Here we go, man. Making fun of Trump, man. Making fun of Trump.
I'm sorry. Of course I'm going to make fun of him.
I mean, if we did that about Kamala, you guys would call us racists. Kamala.
Because you guys can't make jokes about people, right, specifically, without being racist. That's probably the issue. I can make jokes about Trump without being bigoted.
You guys? Yeah, because he's a white dude. And anyways, Kamala wasn't even black.
Sir, he's orange, okay? And he was red on the interview.
Oh my God.
He actually went from orange to red on the interview because he was so mad
orange.
that he got pressed for evidence related. Wait, listen. He went from, in the interview that just happened, he went from orange to red because he was so mad after getting pressed for evidence relating to the election being quote-unquote rigged in 2020.
Man, that's all you guys do is make fun of Trump. You guys must really love him.
No, I don't just make fun of him.
You secretly love Trump.
I prove why you shouldn't support Agent Orange.
Do you secretly love Trump?
No,
Parker?
I do not like it.
It sounds like you do because he runs through your mind 24/7. He really is rent free in your mind.
So I'm a political live stream, and I debate people on why they support the president. And you think that means that means I'm obsessed with him because I'm debating why you shouldn't support the president? That makes no sense. That's a weak argument.
Even when you're not on TikTok, you probably talk about him. But anyways,
what type of argument was that? That was embarrassing.
No, it wasn't embarrassing.
I debate people on why they shouldn't support the president.
Okay, so you shouldn't support him. So you think that you're trying to change my mind because you don't think I should support him because he's supposedly a pedophile. He supposedly raped Eugene Carroll. He's supposedly not releasing the Epstein files.
He's undermined our democracy, called for the termination of the Constitution, called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and not follow unlawful orders. He's violated people's due process rights and tried to remove the First Amendment rights for legal permanent residents such as Mahmoud Khalil that was held for over 104 days without due process simply for engaging in pro-Palestinian advocacy. We can point to the fact that he wanted to bring back the death penalty, right, specifically for individuals that have he did bring back the death penalty, and he also wanted to put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag. He wanted to go after media organizations for saying things that they don't like about, or that he doesn't like about. He doesn't like, specifically bad about him.
Well, I mean, burning the American flag is a pretty shitty thing to do. Wouldn't you agree?
But it shouldn't be illegal, right?
It should be illegal.
called free speech.
That's the symbol of our country. Just free. Oh, you guys don't care
the
about
symbol
free
of our
speech.
country is our Constitution, right? And
You guys don't
freedom
care
of
about free
speech
speech.
is in the Constitution. It was determined by the Supreme Court that burning the American flag is a part of symbolic speech, which is protected by the First Amendment. So I just want to let
It's
you know,
wrong.
you're saying that it's pro-America to call for the violation of the Constitution?
The violation of the Constitution. What part of the Constitution are you violating?
The
Because
First
he doesn't
Amendment.
want
I just
people
told you,
burning
the
the
First
flag.
Amendment.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Did you have a problem? You say you like free speech. Did you have a problem with Jimmy Kimmel's remarks about how Melania looks like an expected widow? Did you have a problem with that?
Looks like an expecting widow?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even familiar with him making a joke like that.
Jimmy.
but
Okay.
that's still
Okay.
freedom
So
of speech.
So Jimmy Kimmel did like this mock press conference on his show where he's told Melania Trump that she looks like an expected widow, and then about a day later, a guy comes in and tries to assassinate Trump. You think that's freedom of speech, or do you think it's going too far?
I don't think that was Jimmy Kimmel causing that.
How?
So you think if so just to clarify, you think if Jimmy Kimmel didn't do that, that assassination attempt wouldn't have happened?
If the guy wasn't watching his show, then yeah, definitely.
Oh wait, how do you know that the guy was watching Jimmy Kimmel's show?
Because he had to have been to assassinate Trump a day later.
Nope.
It happened a day after he made those remarks.
Correlation causation fallacy. You have no reason to believe that person watched Jimmy Kimmel's show and is then like, you know what? Now I'm going to go after the president. I'm sorry. Wouldn't it take a little bit more planning than just that? Right?
So you think
one
that
day after? Are you fucking serious, dude? Use your brain.
You think that freedom of speech is okay?
Dude,
you can say everything.
Donald Trump explicitly called for the execution of some Democrats in Congress. Did you know that? He literally said that they engaged in seditious behavior punishable by death, and then reposted someone saying, "Hang them, George Washington would." And by the way, you still support
Jasmine Crockett. So has
Jasmine Crockett has not done that. Jasmine Crockett has never done that. You are lying on Jasmine Crockett's name.
No,
Yes,
I'm not. She has literally said shit like, "Oh no, we Trump is Hitler. She's
never said that.
Violence is right." She's called Trump the modern day Hitler.
That's actually what JD Vance said. That's not what she said.
No, she has also said
that's what your vice president said, sir. That's not what Jasmine Crockett said.
She has. I saw it I've seen it in interviews. I've seen it. She said it on this stand.
She did not say that.
She's also made fun of people with disabilities.
Okay, what's the source? What's the clip? And Trump has... Wait, Trump specifically made fun of a disabled reporter. Do you want me to show you the clip?
Jasmine Crockett also called the governor of what state? Of Governor Hot Wheels. Governor Abbott. She called him Governor Hot Wheels.
Okay, what is that?
A Democrat.
What is that supposed to... Wait, what was that... How is that ableist or messed up? Does he have
because she made fun of a person with disabilities, just like you said Trump does.
Wait, what disability does
Trump
Greg Abbott... Wait, I have a question. What disability does Greg Abbott have?
He's in a wheelchair.
He is?
Well, Governor Abbott is in a wheelchair. And she called him Governor Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I mean, I would disagree with that if that was true.
It's definitely true. You want me to find the clip?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let me see if I can find it.
Oh, yeah, I had no clue. I'm not familiar with Governor Abbott, in terms of whether or not he's in a wheelchair. I've actually never known that even.
I don't know what kind of disability he has, but it made him.
I disagree with that. I think that's messed up. I don't think anyone should make fun of that.
Okay, so you say that you have a problem with Trump doing this. Do you want me to find the clip or no?
Apparently, he calls himself that.
Who?
People are saying that? I'm not familiar with this. I don't live in Texas, so.
Mm-hmm. No. Do you want me to find the clip still or no?
Wait, say that again?
Would you like me to find the clip or no?
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, I just I genuinely would disagree with that regardless.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're trying to compare that to Donald Trump
I'm saying
explicitly doing
no,
this.
No. I get it.
What was that pivot from me calling out Donald Trump, calling for the execution of people, and then you just randomly like Jasmine Crockett made fun of Greg Abbott and having a wheelchair. I'm confused. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how that
I get
compares.
it. I get it. I get it. I'm saying that because you just said that Trump has made fun of people with disabilities.
I said that in response to what you brought up. by the way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to prove that the Democrats have also said that. Some Democrats have also said that.
I
as
brought
well.
up how Donald Trump called for the execution of some Democrats, and then you brought up that
No,
Jasmine
no,
Crockett
no,
did
no,
this.
no. I heard that you also said that he makes fun of people with disabilities or some shit like that.
I said that in response to what you said.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
was
you
just giving
brought
an
this up
example of some
originally.
Democrats. I was just telling you, I was just doing it too. But anyways,
So why were you doing what to? I specifically brought up how he called for the execution of some Democrats.
And then you said that he's also made fun of Democrats with disabilities or something like that.
I just told you. I said that in response to you saying that Jasmine Crockett did that.
Yes, calm down, buddy.
So wait,
I'm
asking you why you said that in response to me saying that Donald Trump called for the execution of some Democrats.
I'm just trying to tell you how the Democrats aren't really all that good either.
The Democrats aren't okay. They're not really that good. I'm confused how that compares.
Democrats are always trying to kill people. They're trying to assassinate people.
Wait, what Democrats?
Let's see. The Democrat who murdered Charlie Kirk, for one.
He was known as a nihilist violent extremist. He wasn't known as like a Democrat or a Republican.
He had a trans boyfriend.
Roommate.
He was in a relationship with that person too. Well.
I mean, that's speculated. And even so, that doesn't mean that they're a Democrat.
Let's see.
Wait. Wait, I have a question. Do you think having a trans partner means you're a Democrat?
No, it's just that.
Okay, so thank you for the concession. Thank you for the concession.
Just that you cannot say that he was a Republican because Republicans don't believe in that shit.
No one said he was Republican. I said he was a nihilist violent extremist. That's what they said. That's what the investigation indicated. Which means he doesn't specifically have a particular ideological framework, right? That is going to be the backbone of why he did this. It was more like he found Charlie Kirk's rhetoric to be hateful and bad.
Okay, let's see. Democrats have tried to assassinate Trump 3 times. So 4 times if you count that White House
There was 11
center.
attempts against Obama.
Okay, what's your point?
Okay, I don't know what you're crying about.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying at all. I'm just telling you that Democrats
I brought up how Donald Trump called
terrible
for the execution of some Democrats, and you said, well, there have been some assassination attempts against Trump. That doesn't take away from the fact that Donald Trump. That doesn't take away from the fact that Donald Trump called for the execution of some Democrats.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. This whole conversation is ridiculous.
Because
can you agree with me on that?
Points that you're making.
No, I've been making some good points. Okay, let's. All right.
You said that I didn't have a real job because I was promoting propaganda, and then you failed.
I never said you didn't have a real job. I never said that. No, I didn't.
Come on.
When did I say that?
You said I actually have a real job, and I said, why do you think I have a real job? You said because people are just paying you to do this, and you're just pushing
TikTok
propaganda.
Isn't a real job. TikTok's not a real job, my friend.
There you go. So now you just admitted it's not a real job. So why do you think it's not a real job?
Because you're sitting in a chair on TikTok spreading misinformation.
You see what I mean? You couldn't tell us the misinformation then. But by the way, Lori, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for that in the comment section right now. Yeah, that was unsufferable. Thank you so much, Margaret. I appreciate the $25 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Margaret. I really appreciate the $25. G, thank you so much for the $3 or for the $1. Thank you very much. Peter, thank you for the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's so ridiculous, isn't it? Linda, thank you for the $2. Kim with the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It is very, very common. You're totally right. Thank you so much, Kim. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Billy Jane, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I absolutely always will. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Marianne, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $15. Thank you very much. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Jessica and Zach, thank you so much for the $10. Amy, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. I wish they would be able to look past that. As well as Fossey, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. Jose, thank you for the $40. Thank you very much on a YouTube Super Chat for the not real job grift. Parker, get a real grift. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Gail Uncles, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. He said Greg Abbott has leaned into and embraced the Governor Hot Wheels nickname for his political branding. Okay, that's true. And then I don't. It doesn't seem like that would be brought up as like a insult or something. But yeah, Let me thank some people for supporting my fake job real quick, and then we can continue with our conversation real quick. Adam, thank you so much for the £2. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section. DeMarcus Dice in Darkness, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Marianne, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can you get some W's for them in the comment section right now? Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I totally agree. Thank you so much. Michael, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's so absurd, right? Omega, thank you for the $20. Thank you very much for time to get swifty. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Lucy, thank you for the $10. Saints, thank you for the $10. Thank you. Trans rights are absolutely human rights. Anna, thank you so much for the $2. Vicky, thank you so much for the $3. Leo, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you for ending Dave Rubin's career. Thank you very much. Puzzle, thank you so much for the $10. Frank, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. A Blasphemy shirt, that'd be funny. Made me smile. Thank you for the $5. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is this the Parker that goes on? The weirdo that goes on Jubilee? That's actually hilarious. This is like someone who's been on, who's trolled my stream before. That's really funny. Wait, do you have a second account? I'm asking you. Hello?
Oh, me?
Yeah, do you have a second account?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what's the name for it?
Alvin.
Okay, you join on that one. You got a misinformation flag.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Okay. As well as Michael, again, thank you for the $10. Thank you. And Tiffany, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Can we get some W's for them in the comment section right now? I know, right? Isn't it? It's so funny. Scott, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's really funny. Now I know that. Now I know that he's orange. That's really funny. Well, he turned red in the interview. He was really mad at someone pressing him on the fact that he used no evidence to say that the election was rigged. What did he say his name was again? It was, fuck. Alvin? Let me wait for Alvin to send a guest request back. Give it a quick minute. Alvin, you can send a guest request back. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat as always. Mar said 1 million likes for me to sing. You know what? I will do that. 1 million likes on the TikTok stream, okay? And I will let you sing it, okay? Alvin and the Chipmunks? 1 million likes. Tap that screen, okay? Let me... Oh, I see them. Alvin. There we go. Alrighty.
Man, people fucking reporting me. I knew that was about to happen. I knew that was bound to happen.
It's actually predicated off of what you say.
Yeah, I know. It's predicated off what I say. I get those a lot in my life.
Thank you for the membership subscription. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Anyways, where were we, Parker?
We were you saying that my job is a fake job, not a real one.
Okay.
And you said it's because I spread misinformation and propaganda, and then you got a flag for misinformation.
Yeah, I know. I saw how I saw how that worked, man. I saw that, man.
That's pretty ironic, isn't it?
Even my daughter, who's sitting next to me, she saw it. She was like, "Wow, Dad, look at that." I was like, "Yeah, I know, sweetie." But I get this all the time. But anyways, okay. Look, man. I really not trying to disrespect you, man. I'm really not. I'm trying my hardest. But here's the thing. This job that you have, it doesn't take that much work. It doesn't. And I've been doing this for 5 years. It doesn't really take that much work. But you're not even working at it. People just give you money. That's what I don't get. But whatever makes you money, man. Whatever makes you money. Who am I to shit on?
You don't think I'm educated?
People's... I never said you were. Did you hear me?
Do you think I bring relevant information? Do you think that it takes talent to get into my position? Do you think that?
I mean, I can see how your supporters would think, that you have relevant information. Yeah, of course. I
have relevant information, knowledge. I bring something to the table. People like and watching my content. There's something involved there that leads to me producing these results.
All right, man. Whatever, man. I mean, hey, do what you do. I mean, I never say you weren't educated. I don't know where that came from. But okay.
You just said the job's so easy. I have a question. Why don't you do it?
For a living?
Yeah. Why don't you do it?
Because I have a good job already, and plus I don't have a platform like you, Parker.
You don't have a platform. I don't have a platform. You think I spawned
You
in
have
with a platform?
You have a platform now, though. I don't have a platform.
I have
like
a
you,
platform
man.
now, and did I have one before?
Maybe. I mean, did Dean give
No.
you your platform?
Nope.
No. Dean didn't give you your platform, man.
Nope.
Really?
I came prior to Dean.
You guys hang out all the time.
Yeah, dude. I know, but I came prior to Dean.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe that was a little bit disrespectful. I'm sorry. I am very sorry. I didn't mean to.
You're just like
make you mad.
It's so easy. You just spread propaganda. It sounds.
I mean,
it sounds like you. Do you think Charlie Kirk had a real job?
He created Turning Point, dude. He founded Turning Point.
Did I?
Yes, he had a real job.
Did I not found my business?
Did you not what? This is a business?
Yes, this is a business.
This is a business. Sitting down and talking to people is a business.
Yes, it's really that complicated to you? That's exactly what Charlie Kirk does. Me. Charlie Kirk did the exact same thing as me. There's no distinction between what Charlie does. Actually, I work more than Charlie does when it comes to actually debating. Okay, Charlie would debate like once a week. Right. I debate every single day for 4+ hours.
Damn, 4+ hours?
Yeah.
You were on for a little longer than you usually are last time I saw you. But yeah, fine, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying it's not a real job, even though I still don't think it is.
No, I just think it's funny. I'm like, it sounds like the only reason you say I don't have a real job is because I disagree with you politically.
No, like, man.
That's what it seems like, and it's pretty funny.
You can disagree with me. Why don't you come on my lives one of these days, and I'll show you that I don't really care if people don't disagree with me.
That was pretty embarrassing.
I don't really care.
Embarrassing attempt to get attention.
Why would I get attention? What did I say to get attention? Your live? I'm inviting you. You're more than welcome to come to my lives, man. I would love to have you. I would actually love to have you on my live to debate you, to debate me in an actual setting.
We're debating right now, aren't we?
Yeah, but I mean, this is on your live, and you have more supporters than me, and you know,
whatever room we're in, I'm gonna have more supporters than you. No offense.
Not really, not on my lives.
I promise you, if I joined your live, there would be more defenders of me in your comment section than defenders of you.
Sure. Okay. All right. Whatever.
I'm sorry. That's just a fact. That's just the nature of social media. I'm sorry to admit that, but.
Come or don't come, it doesn't really matter.
I won't.
I'm just what you won't.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's sad. I'm so sorry. Oh man, that's so sad. But you come to Dean's lives, you won't come to my live. Why?
Maybe because like Dean's one of my best friends. Maybe that's the big difference. You're some random person on the stream I'm debating right now.
Oh man, you hurt my feelings.
Actually, does not know the difference between yourself and Dean. That's crazy, dude.
You're thank you for hurting my feelings. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So you said that you did this before Dean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Way before Dean?
Yeah.
Really? How long before Dean came along were you doing this for?
Years. I started this in 2020, August, almost about 5 years, or almost 6 years ago, actually. It'll be 6 years ago, 2 months from now. I started doing live streams in 2021, early 2021.
And so Dean came into your lives, and that's how you met him?
Yeah, Dean just did the same topics as me, and everyone thought he was a Parker clone when he first started.
He does seem like a Parker clone. He really does.
That's ridiculous. I think it's a joke to call him a Parker clone.
Okay, let's get back on track. Let's get back to Trump. So you don't like Trump because you say he's a rapist, he's a pedophile.
True.
He told a 10-year-old girl that I'll date you in 10 years, which he really didn't.
He did. I just played the clip for you, sir.
He didn't say it to her though, but okay. Let's see.
He said it, and she responded with So I just want to clarify.
You think he walks back into girls' locker rooms?
He admitted to that.
Dressing rooms, which he doesn't.
He admitted to that.
Let's see. Oh, another thing you guys lie about. I can give you some misinformation that you guys view that is totally untrue.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
It's going to blow your fucking mind. All right, so you guys like to say that he put the Obama's faces on monkeys. That is totally not true.
He depicted Michelle and Barack Obama as apes.
No, he didn't. That AI video was, first of all, did you watch the whole video, or did you just watch the part where
I did
it
watch
showed?
the whole video.
Okay. That video was made 2 years before he became president. Plus, that was a staffer that posted that. Do you know how I know that? Because it autoplayed the next video when he posted it.
But Trump admitted to seeing it before, and then he didn't apologize for it.
He didn't post it. What does he need to apologize for? He didn't post it. He just saw the video.
It was posted to his account, regardless of whether or not he authorized it, which he did, by the way. He authorized it. He
How do you know that?
have to apologize for it, because he acknowledged he
How
authorized
do you know he
it.
authorized it? Okay, so he authorized it. He just shouldn't apologize because he didn't make it.
Yeah, they blamed it on a staffer and then acknowledged that he authorized it.
Oh,
And
Lord.
then
But he didn't
said that
post
he
it.
didn't see the end of the video, and then he won't acknowledge the impact. So that's him. That's him literally defending it.
I mean, you guys say he posted it. He created it, though. That's what you guys say. He didn't create it. He didn't post it. A staffer posted. He just.
They depicted Michelle and Barack Obama as apes, and then he literally didn't apologize for it.
All right. There were other. You said you watched the whole video. There were white people depicted as apes. There were other black people depicted on.
Racist.
It's not racist. It's not a racist video.
It is absolutely racist to depict black people as apes.
You guys, it was on Trump's Truth Social, so you guys just assume it's racist because you think Trump is racist. That's the only reason why you're saying it's racist.
Trump is racist.
He's not racist.
Yes,
what? He's taking pictures with black people. He hires black people in his hotels.
Hires black people and take pictures of black people. That means that he's not racist.
Because a racist would never do that.
Because there's no racist that ever employed black people, right?
Oh Lord. Why else do you think he's
that
racist?
Ever took pictures with black people, right?
All right. Why else do you think he's racist besides video? And don't mention the 70s.
Can you admit that those are terrible reasons to say that he's not racist?
That's not a terrible reason because.
Do you think slave owners were racist?
Slave owners who owned black people?
That enslaved people who are black, yes.
Other black people enslaved black people too.
Oh my God!
What's your
fucking dishonest thing to argue.
No, that's not. That's
do you
not
think
dishonest.
White slave owners that were owning people who were black as slaves, right? Do you think that they were racist?
Of course they were.
Okay. So can you acknowledge that they're racist even though they employed black people? They forcefully employed black people.
Yeah, but Trump's not forcefully employing black people. He's giving black
regardless,
people,
it's
people
still not a
jobs.
reason to say that he's not racist. Like, do you realize how
He's not
ridiculous that
racist.
is?
What's the definition of
Absolutely is
racism,
racist.
Parker?
Can I explain the reasons why?
Oh Lord! Don't mention the
Lord.
70s. Don't mention the 70s because that's not true.
I don't need
to.
to.
Go ahead.
It is true.
Go ahead.
He literally didn't rent
No, it's
black
not.
people in the 1970s.
No, that
It's
was
very
his
true.
father, not Trump. It was his
It
father.
was him. It was determined specifically to be him because the fact that
Oh, Lord.
he was the one that had control over that particular
Oh, Lord,
business
Lord,
at the time,
Lord,
and he
Lord.
literally they said that they were told by the person who was owning it.
All right, give me your reasons. Give me your reasons why Trump's
He popularized
racist.
the birther movement, saying that Barack Obama was born in Kenya when there was a birth certificate of him born in the United States. We can point to the fact that he called for the execution of the Central Park Five, even though they were exonerated based upon DNA evidence. We can point to the fact that he said that Kamala Harris turned black, indicating that he thinks that she wasn't black prior. We can point to the fact that he... Wait, what?
She wasn't. She's not black. She's not black. Come on,
Yes, she is. Oh my
Parker.
God.
No, she's not. She's not black. Come on, let's be honest. But anyways,
What makes you think that she's
go
not
ahead.
black?
Because she's not black. Everybody knows. Anybody with a brain cell knows she's not black.
What makes you think that?
No, because her father was, let's see, Jamaican or something like that.
Her father is Afro-Jamaican, and her mom is Indian.
Exactly.
So you don't think she's
black?
black?
I know she's not black, but
Okay, so wait, hold up. Do you think her dad is black?
Her dad is black. He's Jamaican, dude.
He's Afro-Jamaican.
Okay.
Okay, so do you think her dad is black?
I wouldn't call him black, but that's just me.
You wouldn't call him black. Well, he objectively is. Okay. What are you talking about, sir?
Fine. All right, fine.
What do you mean, all right, fine? This is objectively the case. Like, why would you lie? Why would you deny this?
Okay, bud. Okay, man. All right.
Wait, do you think that there are black Jamaicans?
Why? Okay, man. Fine. Whatever. She's black. Let's.
Wait, no. Can you acknowledge that?
fine, she's black. There.
Okay, so then can you acknowledge that Donald Trump saying that she turned black is obviously a racist thing because it's denying the fact that she's black?
I don't think it's racist. That's just me, but okay.
I don't think it's racist to deny the fact that she's black when it's obvious.
No,
that she
because I don't think she's black. So of course I'm not gonna say it's racist because I don't think she's black. But that's just me.
Why do you not think she's black?
Because she's not black, dude.
You just keep saying that, but like, what is the reason why you think that, sir?
Plus, during her
can you stop fidgeting?
Race. What?
Can you stop fidgeting with something in the background? We can just hear.
I'm not fidgeting with anything in the background.
Okay.
I've not got nothing in my hands, but anyways, during her campaign, she changed her inflection every single fucking time to make it seem like she's a different race. But
okay, so
I can see you don't think that's true.
that she's not black because she changed the way that she speak?
I don't think she's black because she said she's a different race every single time.
No, she didn't say she was a different race every time. You just said that she was changing the way that she spoke every single time.
Okay, man. All right, whatever.
Okay, so then is it that she was saying that she wasn't black? Because when did she ever claim that? Let me ask you that question.
No. She says she's black.
Okay, so
she says that.
It.
She says that more than she says anything else. It's kind of annoying. Actually,
I haven't heard her say that like a bunch of times, but she's acknowledged that she is black.
Every time she's on The View, she says it. Let's see, everything. Okay,
so then you acknowledge that she is black.
Fine, whatever. She's black.
Don't say fine, whatever. I actually want you to like engage with the reason.
Because I'm not going to acknowledge she's black if I don't think she's black.
Okay, but tell me why you don't think she is.
Because she's not black.
You can't just say
Everybody
I don't think
that.
this because I don't think this. You have to tell me why you think that.
Because her father is Jamaican, her mother is Indian. Oh my God,
being Jamaican does not mean you're not black. What? Why do you keep saying that?
Oh Lord.
Do you think that there are black people that are Jamaican?
Okay, whatever, man.
No, I'm serious. Answer the question.
I know you're serious. That's the funny part.
Yeah, so do you think that there are black people that are Jamaican?
Baby girl, go take a shower. Do I think there's black people who are Jamaican?
Yes.
What kind of question is that?
A basic question?
Do I think there are black people who are Jamaican?
Yeah.
They have dark skin, yes.
Okay, so yes, there are black people who are Jamaican. Okay, so why do you keep bringing up the fact that he's Jamaican to say that he's not black?
Kamala Harris is not fully black.
Wait. Is your argument that she's not fully black, or the argument is that she's not black?
To be considered black, and this is coming from black people themselves, you have to be fully black. You
that is a ridiculous thing to argue. Do you think people who are biracial are black and white?
I'm biracial.
Do you think
I'm biracial myself.
Okay, so do you think
yes, people can
someone be black and white if they're biracial?
People have said I'm not black myself.
Can you answer this question?
Biracial. What?
Can you acknowledge that someone can be biracial?
What kind of stupid question is that? Of course people can be biracial.
Well, you're the one not acknowledging it right now. What do you mean?
No,
you're the one that's having a problem understanding this.
Parker, calm down for a second. I never said that people can't be biracial.
I'm completely calm. I'm just pointing at the fact that what you said was ridiculous.
I never said that people can't be biracial. I never said that. The fact of the matter is that if you are biracial, you are not black. You can't call yourself black.
Wait, so you think there are no biracial people who are black?
Who the fuck is that?
Well, can you answer the question?
Santana.
Do you think that there are no biracial people that are black?
I'm biracial.
Do you think there are any biracial people who are black?
They're half black, yes, but they're not fully black.
There's no such thing as half black or fully black. That's not how it works. Alvin, you're black. I took a look at your profile. You're black. Hey, what is race?
I'm not black. I'm half black.
No, you're black.
How am I black, your race? Santana?
What's race?
What's my race? I'm half black.
No,
half white.
No. Yeah, that's not a race. What's race?
What's race?
Yes.
What do you mean, what's race? What kind
of
is race? Is that? What is race?
If it's stupid, then answer it. Yes.
Color. Your skin color is race, Santana.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking
Who
about?
created
Santana?
race? Who created race?
I bet you're gonna say God, even though God doesn't exist. But okay.
No. Why would I say God? That doesn't make sense. It's
Who cre-
literally a social construct. So if it's a social
Oh
construct,
Lord,
it
here
had
we
to be
go.
created by someone.
Here we go with the social construct again. Santana, come on,
Okay,
man.
that's fine. I'll just run through this really quickly, and you don't have to believe me. Just read a book. So race is a grouping of socially acceptable phenotypical characteristics. That's why it's not just the color of your skin. It's more than that. And when you talk about who created it,
Mm-hmm.
Gomez Inez de Zurara. He was a chronicler
Who?
for Prince Gomez Inez de Zurara. He's a Portuguese man that was a chronicler for Prince Henry the Navigator. He was commissioned by the Catholic Church in order to actually create race for the justification of chattel slavery. So what he did
Mm-hmm.
was once coming across black people, he came back to the Catholic Church, said that he came across these people, they were animalistic, hypersexual, they were with the lower hemisphere, and they needed to be civilized through the process of chattel slavery. And so the Catholic Church published two Papa Bulls to justify the actual engagement in chattel slavery. So when you talk about the actual social construct, it's literally something that was made up. And so for you to sit here and say Kamala Harris isn't black, you're wrong, not just because of her dad being Jamaican, which there's the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality. But the reason why she is, it's based off of her phenotypical characteristics, which means the way that she presents to the world.
The way she presents. So you're saying she presents herself as black to the world? Is that what you're saying?
No, that means when people look at her, they see a black woman, not how she tries to actually present herself.
Okay. So when they look at her, you're saying when they look at her, they see a black woman.
Yes.
Well, they'd be wrong.
No,
Sorry.
they wouldn't. You're wrong because you don't understand how things
Oh
work.
Lord. Oh Lord.
Like you literally said that you're half black. There's no such thing as half black. You can be biracial, which isn't even technically a category of race right now. But like that's not even a thing. You don't understand race, ethnicity, and nationality. You just want to invalidate a black woman's blackness.
I never said that. Did you hear me say that, Santana? No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you said she's not fully black.
She's
you said she's not fully black.
She's not fully black.
Yes, she's black. That's again. Okay, what's the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality?
What kind of stupid question is that, Santana?
Dude, he
If
just says
again,
that
if it's
after
a stupid,
every single time after we ask him a question,
Because
he
you
says,
guys are asking
"Why are you asking
stupid
me such a
fucking
stupid
questions.
question? Like,
You
dude,
guys are asking
why are you
stupid-
asking me that?
if
Like, why
it's-
would I answer that? Like, that's so ridiculous, bro. Like,
I
every
never
single
said, why
time
would
we
I
ask
answer
him a
that? I
question,
never
he said the
said that.
same ridiculous thing.
Parker,
you
I don't
guys
know.
are
Like
saying
when
ridiculous
when
things.
when you give the people the question, say, "What are the three branches of government?" Like I think that's a stupid question because of course I know the answer to that, and so I could answer it. So Alvin, if that's a stupid question, then answer it. What's the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality?
I refuse to answer.
Okay, or you can just say you don't know. It's okay saying you don't know something.
Oh,
Like
Lord.
no one's gonna make you feel bad or ashamed.
Let's actually ask him that question. How many branches of government are there, Alvin?
How many branches of government?
Yeah,
3.
and what are they?
What are the 3 branches of government? The legislative, judicial, and I can't think of the top of my head right now. But
Yeah.
Executive.
But
Okay.
Parker,
executive, yes, thank you, Parker.
But Parker, you notice when he knew something, he answered it. But when he doesn't know something, it's a stupid question.
You're okay. Oh wow, Santana, you're acting just like you did when I debated you last time.
I don't remember you.
You
Like
really
legitimately,
don't? Wait,
have no clue
okay.
who
So
you are.
Alvin, does that mean he's
Sit.
destroying you in the debate?
Santana, my name is Stitch. Remember you
I
told me I
still
ran
have-
away?
I have no idea who you are. Parker,
had
hey,
to-
why do they all think they're so special? Like I don't understand why they think that we remember them.
Did you hear me say I'm
He thinks
special?
he's a
No, I
main
just thought you
character, that's what
remember
it
me.
is.
I
He
fucking
does.
debated you a few days ago. How do you not remember that, Santana?
Because we
You know
debate
how
a lot
many
of
people I debate? Exactly. What the fuck is happening?
It's like literally our job to debate people. I'm sorry that we don't remember you. I apologize. Like,
I don't care. I don't care if you remember you. I just thought it was
maybe
kind
next
of
time,
weird.
maybe
that
you
you
should just
wouldn't
be
remember
more
me.
memorable.
Oh
Exactly.
Lord. Oh
That was-
Lord. Oh Lord.
That
Oh
was
Lord.
rage bait. That was totally rage bait.
All right. You and Santa.
I'm gonna no, I'm gonna let Parker finish the debate. I just wanted to clear up the whole misconception, not even misconception, like please stop invalidating a black woman's blackness as a black person. You sitting here saying that she's not you saying that she's not quote unquote fully black, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. And see, that's why biracial people struggle so much because they have a hard time identifying with the different races because, they're white, they're black, they're not accepted here or there or whatever. Like, again, it's based off of phenotypical characteristics. And you as a black man should never invalidate another person's blackness,
Well, I'm not
period.
black. But okay. All right, Santana.
It's because it's your I looked at your picture, Bubba. It's your phenotypical characteristics. What are the 5 racial categories?
I would say I'm white. That's what I would say. I'm white.
I know you want to so bad. I know you really, really want to, but guess what? You're not. You're still black.
Well, my dad
still
is black. My dad is black.
You're black. I know you want to really bad. I know you like really desperately want to call yourself white, but you're not.
Okay, man.
Anyway, Parker, I'll let you finish. I appreciate you having me up.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, see you, bro.
Oh, no buy for me, Santana? That's fucked up, man. I thought we were friends. Anyways, all right, Parker. I've been on here for way too long. You have other guests you want to get to.
I don't know. There's not many Trump supporters left over. Did you know that?
I'm sorry
for only Trump supporters left. How does that make you feel?
That's in your live right now?
No, like in general. Like, there's not many Trump
supporters. What do you mean in general?
Left.
There are still a lot of us. I would say there's a lot of us.
Where do you guys like hang out?
We do lives. We all do lives together, man.
You guys do lives?
MAGA is still going strong.
Can you like start telling the people from those lives to join my live stream and debate me? Because they seemingly don't like to come over to my live stream.
I can share it with people right now. You want me to do it?
Yes, go to all your MAGA friends and tell them to debate me.
Actually, I would love to share it right now. Maybe someone will come and help me here.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring friends, I'll debate you and your friends at the same time.
Hold on. Let me just mass share just for you really quick.
Okay,
if you don't mind.
While you do that, let me thank someone real quick.
No problem.
Mary, thank you so much for the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for this caller's hitting all the bingo points today.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, maybe. That is really funny. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. The city's so obviously jealous of Parker, his intelligence, and his audience. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And honestly, I agree. Robert, thank you for the membership subscription. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Tori, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's absolutely infuriating. I totally get you there. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Jessica, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I will in the most polite way possible. Mary, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you. Thank you very much. And then Linda, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much on behalf of sane people. Thank you very much. Zach, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you very much for journalists, newscasters, and talk show hosts and not have real jobs. Yeah, true. They don't actually. Their fake jobs are not real, okay? What can I say? Lord Tamiyoshi, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. As well as Saga, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you. You're totally right. Thank you very much. And by the way, Mar, we're at halfway to 1 million likes. We're halfway to 1 million. If we get to 1 million, Mar can finish the We Are Charlie Kirk song. Or sing the We Are Charlie Kirk song.
Wow. Dude, I have noticed that people love to do it to you and to Dean, where they sing the Charlie Kirk song. People did it today before I came up. They sang the I Am Charlie Kirk, We Are Charlie Kirk song. They love to troll you with that, man. I don't know why.
Those clips have been going crazy viral on the internet. There's like Mar like posts videos and literally like there's multiple videos that she has with like millions of views.
Hold on.
Literally doing that.
From Alvin, bro. All right. Okay. I just feel bad for you guys whenever you have to hear We Are Charlie Kirk all the time. I honestly feel really bad for you, man, because it's crazy how many people troll you with that. Let's see. What else can I talk to you about?
Did you find what you
regarding
were for?
Trump? What do you mean?
Like, did you invite your friends? Are they coming through?
Oh. I mean, okay, so I'm on my Alvin profile, so I don't really. They may not recognize me until they hear my voice. Because I use a voice changer on my lives whenever I do my lives with the Alvin thing, so they may not recognize me until they do my voice. But they know me as Stitch mostly.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a new profile that I made up.
So let me clarify. Like, when you go into all these like MAGA live streams, like, are you gonna start telling them to debate me?
If I go to my friends, I can bring them up. Yeah, man.
MAGA debate, because like honestly, like these MAGA panels, they'll add up like 8 MAGA people, and they won't add up like any liberals. So like you should like go into these spaces and be like, "Yo, get out of your echo chamber, start debating Parker, get a job."
I would love to tell them to debate you, man. I would love to do that. But I know after this live, I may not be able to come up for a while because you don't want like people coming up multiple times to debate you. It's in your rules.
If it's you and your friends, I'll debate you and your friends at the same time.
Well, maybe they'll come in right now. And
what are their names? Am I going to be waiting for them? Or?
Okay, so I did it for let's see, my friend Morgan, my friend Ada Dickinswallow, Madam, Tracy, Princess Leia, Michael, Tia, Lorraine, Kim, Republican Brookie, Moist Creamy Rebel, Red Queen, Georgie, just the usual suspects that I usually hang out with.
Okay. And you sent. When should I expect that they come in the stream?
Whenever they get the share. Whenever they come online or something, I don't know, but they'll be. Some of them are online right now, so they probably got it. So they'll probably be in soon.
They're just like choosing not to join in.
No, they'll probably come in soon.
Okay.
If they see I'm in here, they'll probably come in.
So how am I supposed to know?
King Kong says he knows me. You want me to bring him? You should bring King Kong up here.
Where is he in the box?
Yeah, he's in the chat saying I'm here. King Kong, request up, man.
What's his name?
King Kong 23666.
Oh, here.
He says I sent him to him.
Here from the MAGA Live.
Do you support
Yo,
Trump?
what's up,
King
man?
Kong?
Dude,
up, buddy?
What's going on, man? How you
old are
doing
you?
tonight? I'm 22.
And do you support Trump?
Oh yeah, we talk about him in our MAGA Live all the time.
Okay. All right. So why do you support Trump?
I support the big beautiful bill and the liberation in Venezuela and Iran. We saw 90% in poverty rate in Iran, which it's fallen down to nearly 27% for inflation rates in Venezuela, and particularly, we've seen great border security, less illegal immigrants breaking law 8 USC. Improper entry. We're sending them home back to where they belong so we can have a civil, safe society under free from persecution and other countries enforcing their immigration onto us. That's one. I support his Farmers Act 2, his America Save Act. Everything along those kind of lines I think fit, and it fits into our MAGA agenda.
Okay. So did you know within the big beautiful bill it adds $3.4 trillion to the debt? It cuts 10 million people off their health insurance through Medicaid, 2.5 million people on average every single month off their access to food stamps, and over 420,000 kids off their access to free school lunch and breakfast on average every single month to give disproportionate tax breaks to the rich and wealthy.
So when Michelle Obama implemented her clean eating in the schools, we saw school rates and school hunger. It significantly rised, and it can cause more people to go on food stamps. When you have, like, under the Biden administration, you had 100,000 people losing their homes, the highest homeless population under Joe Biden's administration. We saw instances like that. We saw record inflation that broke and crippled our economy. He had the largest spending deficit. We saw many new wars started, like Ukraine and Russia, when Joe Biden tried to put missiles in Belarus at the Russian border, and that sparked a Russian invasion of Ukraine. We've seen many instances of, record inflation under Joe Biden, 6.6%. Gas was 9%. We've seen it on a steady decline. Grocery prices were the highest they've ever been, record time, and they have steadily gone down. So when we see instances like that, when we compare economies, our economy now is doing significantly better than it was in 2022 and early parts of 2023 too. with a liberation war that we're freeing young Iranian women from burqas. We're seeing we don't that's just kind of what the regime is in Iran. We've seen Ayatollah say death to Americans. We've seen the JCPOA agree that Iran is developing nuclear weapons. We've seen multiple instances of just voter fraud, like I said, in California with Suzanne Ann, who was a Chinese spy. Yeah, I mean, you
I don't know how
asked
this
me.
relates to the point I brought up with the big beautiful bill. Like, holy yap!
Okay, yeah, the big beautiful bill for tax breaks.
I'd love to address all these points, but can we
go
keep
ahead.
on one topic maybe for a second so that we can finish the big beautiful bill and then we can address all those? I wrote those down to disprove all of your points because most of them were misinformation.
Okay, yeah.
Completely false.
You think?
Yeah, but like
Okay.
we'll have that conversation. But can we focus on the big beautiful bill for a second? I said it cut access to free school lunch and breakfast. It cut access to Medicaid, and it cut access to food stamps, and disproportionately cut taxes for the rich and wealthy while adding $3.4 trillion to the debt. And
So it cut taxes. That's a good thing if taxes are getting cut for that purpose. That's a good thing if taxes are lower for that purpose. If more taxes are getting spent on it, that means the consumer has to pay higher pricing for that. That's just basic economics, dude. If something's more taxed, it's more expensive for the consumer and the taxpayer.
That are being placed. We're talking about
So cutting taxes for school lunches is really beneficial for a lot of farmers too, because now they don't have to give up 25% of their food sources for this reason of a state failing a school sponsorship.
Okay, so let me disprove every single one of these points, okay? So when you cut free school lunch and breakfast, that's definitely not good for farmers because it's going to decrease the level of demand for those particular agricultural goods, which obviously won't be good for those farmers. It's also not good when you impose tariffs, which has disproportionately negatively impacted the farmers within this country, which you're also not acknowledging the broader impact in terms of the big beautiful bill that if we're sending the revenue disproportionately to the rich and wealthy by cutting off taxes for the rich and wealthy disproportionately,
that's not true, though.
there
That's
are
not
less
true.
tax cuts that we could do for working class people, right? What I'm saying is that Kamala Harris supports expanding tax cuts for working class people by expanding the child tax credit.
Why didn't she do that?
Let me please finish, please.
Why didn't she do that? She was a vice president. Why didn't she try to sign?
Yeah,
any
Matt,
executive?
let him finish. How about we let him finish first?
Okay, I'm
you can make
sorry.
your
But
point.
usually on these MAGA, on these MAGA debates,
Yeah, just let him finish, and then let him make his. And you can make your point as well after.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You want to ask
Good
your
point,
question one more
Ivan.
time,
I'm
and then
sorry.
I'll answer, and then I'll finish all my points because I want to respond to every single point you made. Ask your question.
So so the IRS actually cut taxes for the 3 and 5% lowest classes, and while the 10 and 12%
I asked you
received
to
a
ask your question
4%
again. I didn't ask you to just state
inflation
off a bunch of
adjustment.
things that are irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant. It all ties into your illogical
What was the
source.
question you asked? I was just asking you to ask it again. I was letting you interrupt to ask your question. I was being nice to you. I don't know why you're like yapping about a bunch of different random things after I said you can interrupt me, ask your question.
King, ask your question. He's letting you ask your question. Ask it.
Why don't you call out the voter fraud in California?
That was not your question.
What was the question? I literally
And what
forgot.
voter fraud in California? What are you talking about?
Suzanne Ann being a Chinese spy, trying to steal and rig the election.
Okay, well, we weren't even talking about that. I don't know why you randomly brought
She
that
was a
up.
Democrat. She should be hanged by treason. It's an actual law.
I don't believe in the death penalty. Can you go back to the question you asked, sir? I don't know why you
Do you
just
believe in the
randomly
death
brought that
penalty
up.
for penalty?
And also, that's not voter
Alright, King.
fraud. That's quite literally like just someone who's a spy getting into that position. That's bad. We don't want Chinese spies in the country. That's obviously like they're particularly trying to work for the benefit of the
Could she
Chinese
vote?
government.
Could she vote? Could she vote?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the
Oh,
specific case.
yeah. Okay, she could vote. Obviously, she could vote. So that's
I don't know why you're acting
fraud.
like this is a win. You completely pivoted. I let you ask your question, and then you just like literally didn't even talk about your question. Why are you laughing at
Oh
me?
my God! This is Alvin. You brought me up for this guy. We debate professors, geopoliticians.
He asked me to bring up some MAGA people, so I
Hey,
brought
Alvin,
up
do you
MAGA
think he's
people.
properly addressing my points right now?
Me, honestly, no, not really.
No. Okay. So
Okay.
then, do you think it's genuine for him to laugh in front of my face and not to engage with any of my points and not re-ask his question after I let him interrupt to ask his question? Do you think that's actually representative of like a professional debater?
I honestly don't think it was right for him to laugh in your face. No, I
Okay.
don't.
So just to clarify, bud, King Kong, you can say all these things all you want. You can act like you've won, but everyone here in the live stream is laughing at how cocky and smug you are for no reason because you've been wrong on every single one of these points. I'm going to actually go down the list and disprove every single one of your points because you're wrong on practically everything, okay? So if we look at the Biden administration, we actually saw the economy be significantly better off at the end of the Biden administration comparative to what we see now under Trump. We see higher inflation right now. We see higher unemployment. We see lower real GDP growth. We see lower real median wage growth. We see lower real domestic manufacturing investment every single quarter of Trump's administration. We saw the worst year of job growth in the past 4 years, right? This last year under Trump's administration. So you're going to sit there and you're going to point to the economy and you're going to say, oh, it was so much worse under Biden. Under the context of the pandemic, that wasn't caused by Biden. The inflation that happened, that was supply chain issues relating to the pandemic, not because of Biden's policies, but because of the pandemic leading to supply chain issues around the world that impacted inflation all around the world, not specific to the United States. And the inflation that we're seeing right now, that's gone up since the end of Biden's administration, that's because of Trump's policy, because of his tariff policy, because of his war with Iran, which has closed the Strait of Hormuz, which has led to a reduction of the level of oil distribution around the world by 20%, which inevitably leads to oil producers within this country distributing their oil to other countries around the world, reducing domestic supply of oil in this country, which inevitably leads to a higher price of oil in this country for consumers, which is disproportionately negatively impacting lower and middle income individuals in this country. We can also point to the fact how that's causing grocery prices to go up because of the effect that has on transportation costs. We can talk about the effect that has on airplane costs, specifically heavily increasing the cost of jet fuel. It very much increases the cost of transportation and travel for people that are trying to go on airplanes. We can point to countless things that have been made specifically worse off because when inflation goes higher, that means the Federal Reserve cannot bring down our interest rates and stimulate investment within the economy. We can also point to the fact that Donald Trump signed the most debt-related spending, right, of any administration in the modern era. Did you know that he actually signed off on over $4 trillion more debt-related spending in 4 years, by the way, comparative to Joe Biden?
Joe Biden had $7 trillion
more in his first term, and since he's gotten office, he signed off trillions of dollars of debt-related spending, which means he signed over $2 trillion of debt-related spending every single year of his administration. If you compare the administrations, instead of just saying, oh, the debt was incurred under this administration, you'll actually know what they caused. You have to look at what they signed into law, not just what was accrued under their administration, because many of the debt that was accrued under the Biden administration was accrued because of things signed into law by Trump, such as the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which, by the way, Kamala Harris wanted to maintain all the aspects of the bill that were applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year and only wanted to increase tax on income over $400,000 a year. You brought up, oh, there were so many wars that happened under the Biden's administration. Biden didn't cause the war with
Kamala Harris went to Belarus.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, she was negotiating.
Let me please finish.
She was negotiating.
I let you speak.
Okay,
Biden didn't cause Russia to invade Ukraine. That was Russia specifically deciding to do that. Biden didn't cause any war under his administration. He didn't start any war under his administration.
Afghan
You want to know
withdrawal?
who did? Donald Trump decided to do so. He decided to start a war with Iran. And you want to know who set up the Afghan withdrawal? Actually, Donald Trump. He gave 5,000 Taliban members back to the Taliban to then set up an agreement for them to leave Afghanistan in the first place, which, by the way, Biden extended to give them more time to leave in the first place. So you pointed all these things, the economy being better off under Trump, war starting more under Biden. You said that there was high homelessness under Democrats, and you were wrong on all of those points because the only people that are willing to address any of those things are Democrats in the first place. Let me ask you one question before I end. Can you name one Republican policy to address homelessness?
It was the Big Beautiful Bill Act.
It doesn't address homelessness. What provision of the bill addresses homelessness?
The executive order banning Blackstone from buying.
So is it an executive order or is it the Big Beautiful Bill? Those are two different things. The Big Beautiful Bill is a legislative bill passed in Congress. An executive order is signed by the president, never goes through Congress.
Can I speak? Go
ahead. Trump, make an actual point.
Yeah, he signed a executive order banning BlackRock from buying consumer housing.
That hasn't gone in effect yet.
Yes, it has.
It's BlackRock. It's specifically,
so that's exactly right.
It's specifically for large companies, and it just says that one corporation can only buy a certain amount. So if they just make a bunch of different corporations or shell companies, they can buy as many properties as they want. It actually has a loophole within it for the largest corporations, the largest companies to get around it. Did you not realize that?
No, it doesn't because it's telling BlackRock that they can't buy a family home.
All they have to do is create more shell corporations, more shell companies where they can just then buy the properties with those shell companies.
Can you give me a source for that? Can you give me a source for that?
That's what the bill does. It really says.
Are you just trust me?
The executive order literally says each corporation can buy this many houses.
All right, prove it.
That's what the executive order says. Go to the executive order, sir. When you swipe out of the app, I can't hear you. So when you go look it up, and you can go find it. But that is a fact.
I'm sorry, Parker. You told me to bring Republican up, so I brought a Republican up.
Hey, I'm totally fine with it. I think it's good that you
I'm
brought someone up.
sorry.
I think it's good to have these conversations, and there aren't as many people like him that actually are willing to come up on my stream and debate these things anymore. So
President
I'm actually
Donald
really
Trump
happy
signs an
having him come up on the
executive
stream.
order. President Donald Trump signs an executive order banning Wall Street,
Yeah, and look, what does it do
competing
to
with
ban it?
Main Street housing.
Yeah, look, what does it do to ban
So
it?
there you go. There you go. If you're so for BlackRock owning neighborhoods.
Actually, this is bipartisan that we don't want these large companies to be able to have ownership over these small family houses. That's bipartisan amongst Democrats and Republicans. Kamala Harris talked about the same
And
thing.
401ks are up. 401ks are housing market's going down gradually.
Can I tell you something? Housing market has gone up in prices.
Stock market,
Wait, can I also point to this? The stock market, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones grew at a faster rate in 2024 than it grew in 2025. How do you feel about that?
I'm not really
How do you feel about that? They grew at a lower
stock
rate
investor.
in 2025 as compared to 2024.
Well, there's a war going on, so there's a lot of current.
The war started in
spending
2026. Try again.
But that's probably why it's going down a little bit.
So the growth was lower in 2025 because of the war that started in 2026. And
The
also,
stock
by the way, the
market
war was
crashed
started by
multiple
Trump, so
times.
that's not a way that you could get around this.
It wasn't started. It was started by Hamas in invading Israel.
What? Wait, you're thinking October 7th.
That's how it
thinking
started.
the Iran war.
Ayatollah literally worked for Houthis, who was Hamas backed. All in Iran.
Dude, you're lost. Push the drum roll. You're lost. You don't even know what we're talking about. We were talking about. You just brought up Iran, right? I said growth in 2025 is lower than growth in 2024, and then you just brought up October 7th.
I said because of a war.
That happened in 2023.
Said because of a war.
What does October 7th have to do with the level of stock market growth in 2024 as compared to 2025?
Oh, was that the topic?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
401k is still up.
It grew at a lower rate in
going
2025
down.
as compared to 2024. If you look at the S&P 500 and Dow Jones, it grew at a lower rate in 2024 or lower rate in 2025 as compared to 2024. If you compare 2024 and halfway through 2025 and halfway through 2026, if you compare the last year and a half of the Biden administration to the first year and a half of Trump's, there was higher growth rate the last year and a half under Biden compared to the first year and a half under Trump.
So you said give you a source for Donald Trump helping homeless population.
I said name one Republican policy that has benefit homeless people.
So
and by the way, you're looking it up right now. It's ironic.
This year has a 2.4% decrease in housing prices since 2017.
Can you provide a source?
Realtor.com.
Okay, what's the title? Because I can literally show you that you're wrong. Housing prices are lower than 2017. What are you talking about, bro?
Home listing prices drops steadily.
Hey, dude, go to U.S. house price index on macro trends, and you can see that in 2017, the housing price index was significantly lower than what it is right now. Try again. It was nearly half, by the way. I just
gave you a source. It dropped 2.4%.
No, that's not true.
Which is, I guess that's a bad thing.
Because I gave you a source from macro trends that actually tells you the U.S. house price index has massively gone up since then. So go ahead and try again.
Home listing prices drop 9 years. Post sharpest drop in 9 years.
No, that's the mortgage rate. You're misunderstanding. It's the mortgage rate drop is what you're thinking.
Even better.
Or wait, no, sorry, no, I read that.
No, that is true though. That is true. Mortgage rates are going down too, though.
It would go down at a faster rate if we didn't have inflation. Wait, listen for a second. It would go down at a faster rate if we didn't have interest rates being in place.
Those are being cut too.
Sorry, can you please stop speaking?
Those are being cut too.
Let me know when you're done.
Hold on, Parker. Hold on, King. Why don't you let Parker talk for a second and then you can respond? All right. We're not going to get anywhere if you just keep on spouting out the same stuff. Let Parker respond first, and then you can do it.
Thank you very much, by the way. So the point that I was making is that if inflation wasn't so high because of Donald Trump's war with Iran and his tariff policy, we would actually be able to bring down interest rates to a greater extent, which would allow for mortgage rates to come down to a greater extent because interest rates would come down. So that's actually the way that we could actually bring down those rates. Right now, they're not being brought down because inflation has stayed up and actually gone up because of Trump's policies. So there's not an ability for them to do that.
What?
Yeah, I'll tell you again. So the reason why mortgage rates are staying up right now, and the reason why they haven't
They're
gone
not.
down
They're
as
going
much as
down.
they should have,
2.4%.
which, by the way, we actually might see them go up again because inflation went back up. I just want to clarify. But the reason why we've seen interest rates even go down slightly is because we were actually expected to be below pre-pandemic levels of inflation right now if Donald Trump never imposed the inflation imposed the tariffs in the first place. That's what the Federal Reserve report that recently just came out indicated.
Any passed the anti-inflation act, which was
You mean the
protecting
Inflation
American.
Reduction Act that was deficit reducing? That didn't cause
Yeah,
inflation.
he reduced that too. So
The Inflation Reduction Act wasn't actually something that really reduced inflation, only by 0.1%. The
and
name
yeah,
is a little bit
so
misleading.
we've seen the Epstein
And that
files
was
get
passed by Biden,
released.
by the way.
I voted for Trump for
Wait, can we not
releasing.
pivot for a second? Can we address the point that we were just on?
I
the housing
addressed it.
prices?
You said they weren't going down. I proved that they were 2.4%.
You're
You
misunderstanding.
got debunked
the
on
house
that.
listing prices, it just says that there's been a sharp drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Sharp drop, baby, all the way down.
King. Let's come
Baby,
on. Let's
are
not
you
do that.
down,
King. Let's be serious for a second, please.
That's the stock market.
Be serious for a second. Listen to him.
Brother, you brought
on.
me up on this panel so I can flame this liberal guy.
I
don't
never
even know
said.
him.
Oh my gosh. Because you're the only Republican who was here, man. Just listen to him first. Just
Hey, by the
listen
way,
to him first.
based upon the thing you're citing, it indicates that the listing prices were already that low in 2024.
But we've seen this year 2.4% with mortgage rates.
It was the
and
exact same percent in 2024.
we've seen eggs, bread, and chicken are actually going down too, according to the U.S.
Inflation
Food
has gone
Consumer
up. Food
Index.
is up over 3%.
No,
over
it's
the last
not.
year.
Okay, but you say food, but that's such a broad category. There's like 50 different foods.
Wait, so why are you cherry
Foods as a
picking?
whole.
Why are you cherry picking? I'm looking at food
because
as a whole.
What does a consumer eat the most? Chicken, eggs, milk, and all of those are on a steady decrease.
If you look at the PCE, the personal consumption expenditure, you can that's actually like a mechanism that the Federal Reserve uses. It's a really relevant thing based on what people typically buy. That's gone up. We can look at CPI. CPI has gone up. You can look at food specifically. Food has gone up disproportionately more than what we can see with CPI even. So I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, you can hyper specifically look at certain types of food, like for example chicken, but that's actually only because of the fact that we saw a bunch of chickens killed under the end of the Biden administration because of bird flu spreading. Okay, so that was in order to respond to a potential outbreak. Okay, which, by the way, if that would have happened, it would have negatively impacted the prices to a significantly greater extent. So that makes sense to have done. That's why the housing prices, or not the housing prices, the chicken prices went up. So I don't know why you're specifically cherry picking just that in order to act like prices are going down. When we see groceries across the board going up, we see inflation going up at a higher rate than what it was at the end of Biden's administration. And plus,
It was the highest it's
if you look
ever
at the
been.
housing price index, we have seen housing prices go up. I don't specifically know what I think you're just looking at something about like listing prices, but if you just look at housing prices index, that will give you a better look at the overall market. I'm not even sure what that's specifically trying to look at.
But I just said it went down 2.4. Mortgage rates are getting cut. Interest rates are down, incredibly down. We've seen multiple different trade
They're not,
agreements
actually.
between U.S. and China. We've seen multiple different trade alliances. What happened under the Biden administration when he closed the Keystone pipeline, that affected millions of Americans with $4 gallon gas.
That's
You've
just
seen,
wrong.
and you've seen like why is gas cheaper in the red
Can I prove
states
you
like
wrong on that?
Oklahoma, Missouri?
The XL portion of the pipeline that you're referencing was shut down by the Supreme Court. Biden followed through with the Supreme Court order, and it was never even built in the first place, meaning it wouldn't have impacted the oil supply.
He signed an
Therefore, it
executive
didn't
order.
cause the
He
prices
signed
to
an
go up.
he,
No,
he
listen,
signed an
listen.
executive
The
order.
prices didn't go
He
up.
signed it.
Listen,
He put his
you're not
name on
listening.
that.
You're not listening. The prices
Dude,
did not
listen.
go up.
Lying.
Listen, the prices did not go up because of Biden doing that, because that never impacted supply chains at all, because it was never even built. That's
Why
why
is-
whether
why
or
is-
not they want to build it.
Why is
Okay,
gas
by the way, it's a
$6
Canadian
in
pipeline
California?
that Donald Trump's tariffs would have impacted.
No, it would have made it way cheaper, and he would have finished it, and we would have had a beautiful
It's not
pipeline
even
running
for
through
like
North
your
America.
typical oil that you use in your car.
So we've seen multiple different instances. Like, why is gas dang near $8 in California? That's called failed politics.
It's not $8. I live in California.
And what is it? $6?
Yeah.
Why
because
is
of Donald
that?
Trump's war
Why,
with Iran. It wasn't that high before Donald Trump started the war
yeah,
with
it's all
Iran.
Donald Trump's fault, buddy.
I mean, it
That's
literally was not
true.
that high when Trump started the war with Iran.
Do you think Iran should have nuclear weapons? Because Ayatollah
Trump got
would
that. Wait,
say,
you see how he pivots every single time I prove him wrong?
but dude, we were just going to the
so,
war
by
in
the way,
Iran.
let me
You
tell
went,
you
you
something.
pivoted to the
Let me
war.
tell you
You
something, sir.
pivoted to the. I was clarifying.
You just brought
gas
up
Hey,
Iran
prices.
war.
King, chill out for a second and listen to him.
Alvin,
Come
didn't
on.
he just pivot? Alvin, you're the third
Did I
party
pivot?
independent here.
I thought you just did. I'm responding to
We're-
your pivot.
This is going to be a future
So let me
presidential
respond
debate.
to your pivot and prove you wrong. So did you know that Trump got Iran closer to a nuclear weapon because he pulled out of the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal, that prevented their level of enrichment of uranium past 3.67% until 2030, which we could have renegotiated from that position, compared to Donald Trump pulling out of it in 2018, which led to them enriching their uranium to 60%, which is closer to the 90% required to then weaponize it.
Yeah, so actually in 2018, there was a same investigation launched by the JCPOA actually founding Iran in violating the JCPOA deal. That's why Trump pulled out of it, because they were actually found in compliance of having nuclear enrichment. That's why Donald Trump pulled out of the JCPOA, because they weren't
violation
reporting.
you're referencing is in 2019.
Listen,
Trump pulled out in 2018.
No, this was investigation started way back in 2011. Actually, it was signed in 2015, but there was an extensive 20-year, pretty much investigation between, and they were, and Iran failed to mark their enriched uranium. They failed to report how many levels they had. That's why Trump pulled out of it, because they breached an agreement.
No, can I tell you the actual reason Trump cited for pulling out?
Is because breaching of an agreement.
No, he pulled out because he didn't want them to be able to build up their money, because we took off sanctions in order to be able to get the enrichment deal. So he actually signed off under his administration that they were upholding the caps on enrichment. The report that you're talking about is specifically from 2019, and that's after Donald Trump had already pulled out of the JCPOA.
This was actually in 2018 when the investigation started. Early of.
Wait, but when is the report that they violated it? It was in 2019, right?
Parker, someone else I invited is apparently here as well.
Okay, what's their name?
NYC.AJ.
Okay, I'll look for them.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, I'm probably gonna hop off, Parker. It was good talking to you.
Wait, why do you want to run away?
Because my phone is on.
King, don't leave. Don't leave.
I'm going to have to leave because I gotta.
Why?
It's 9:00 and I got plans tonight.
Really? That's interesting. Are you willing to come up on a different day and finish our conversation?
Yeah. Do you go live if you want to?
Every
I can. You go live every day.
If I'm here, I will invite you, dude.
What time? Because I'll probably be in the MAGA live debate hosting that.
It's either at nighttime or in the morning time. I'm live every day, so you can pick any day you want, and you can send a guest request, and I'll invite you up.
If I come in here, I'll send it to you, dude. All right?
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
I'm really looking forward to maybe changing Parker's mind maybe a little bit, and maybe
dude, please. I know Parker. You can't change his mind.
I'm thinking I'm gonna change his mind after the time I'm done talking to him.
A person could change my mind, but definitely not this guy.
Well, if you can change. If you can change genders, I can change your mind, Parker. So
the idea is not that people are changing their genders. It's that specifically that trans people have a different understanding of gender from what you would expect their assigned gender at birth. It's not that they're specifically changing their gender. It's that was their prescription of gender prior, right? And it's just that you're changing your understanding of their gender.
What is a woman?
Just leave, King. Just leave,
that's
King.
Committed towards the social and cultural norms typically associated with female sex.
That's not the Google definition.
Can I ask you a question?
That's not the Google definition. The definition is someone who has XY XX.
That's not even the Google definition. The Google definition is an adult human female. Who has
it
doesn't specify chromosomes or the basis of being a female.
Anyway,
so I just want to clarify. Like, Google doesn't just have one definition, because Google is a search engine. Okay, definitions are dependent upon the way that you're using the term. Okay, just because there's one definition in a dictionary does not mean we ought to use that definition, because dictionaries are just a catalog of how people typically use a term. So I'm clarifying the way that I'm using the term to you. There's nothing wrong about the way that I use the term. Now let me ask you this question: are you Christian?
I think I identify as a Jesus Christ follower, yes.
Okay. God the Father, does he have any biological sex characteristics?
God the Father is the omnipotent, omniscient being in the
omnipotent.
Greek gods. Yeah.
And I'm asking if God the Father has any biological sex characteristics.
I'm not too familiar with your
No,
jurisdiction in
God the
this.
Father doesn't. God, you could say Jesus does, but
Well, why
God
do
the
they
Father
call him the
doesn't. So
Father?
prior to the
Why do they
incarnation of
call him God the
Jesus,
Father?
well, exactly. He's a father, even though he doesn't have any biological sex characteristics. So you have an understanding of gender that is socially determined, not biologically determined. Because if it was biologically determined, then you couldn't call God the Father a father. There's
Well,
a
I
notion
think
of
they're
father that's social and not biological.
okay. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it a night.
All right,
Parker, I would love to continue this
King, just
conversation.
leave. Just leave, King. I'll talk to you later, buddy. All
All
right.
right, see you, bro. Have a good
All
night.
right. Have a good night, man. Parker, I'm so sorry. You told me to bring it up, but man, he was the only Republican here that I knew. So
that was like not even bad comparative to most of the people I debate. So
I know, but I'm just like I just feel so bad bringing him up because he's the only. I mean, even I was
no,
embarrassed.
I feel like again, I feel like
Yeah,
out
okay.
of like people being rude and whatnot, I deal with people being a lot more rude than that on a typical basis. I don't
Okay.
also I don't see that as a reflection on the way that you acted at all because he acted that
Okay.
way. You're two different people.
Okay, for sure. All right, but this guy, NYC.
Yeah. Thank you for the money gun. So NYC AJ, how old are you?
17.
Oh, you got to be
Oh,
18
you
plus to
can't
join
be
the
on
live.
here.
Why?
18 plus to join the live. TikTok
I,
rules, everybody.
I didn't even invite him, and he said I did, which is weird because. Wait, I'm sorry, Parker. I'm sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
I invite some more. Maybe they'll come in. Maybe they won't. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, man. I know you have to go to bed.
You can
Or
send as many of your friends up here. I want to debate them because I mean I look for Trump supporters anyway.
I mean, I'll admit that King, man. I'm MAGA, and even I was embarrassed by what he was saying, man. I mean, I'm so sorry. I mean, man, but
You're fine. You're fine.
man.
So
Anyways,
is there any other friends you have coming in, or is that just like maybe we'll do that at a different time?
I don't know. I invited some people, and they may come in, they may not. I don't know. If they don't, then
Let
they
me know
don't.
what names
But
to look out for, and I'll look.
well, okay. So let me see. I can actually read it right here. I have the list right here. Hold on for 1 second. Let's see. Farrell, Tia Michelle, who's also my mod. I already told you most of these: Ita, Dick and Swallow, Tracy, Princess Leia, Michael, Stevie Dreams, Lorraine, Morgan, Moist, Creamy Rebel, Crystal.
Okay. I don't see any of them right now, but you can have them join up
Yeah.
at any point, and I'll debate them.
All right, when they come in, then I'll let you know.
All right, for sure.
I'm
Appreciate you
sorry,
for
Parker. I was all right, man. I'll talk to you later.
that. Alrighty. Have a good day. Let's go on to the next individual. You know what? I actually think that last conversation I had with his friend did more to convince him than the conversation I had with him. Because I think it showed him like an outside perspective of what it was like for like me to debate a Trump supporter. So I actually think that was a really good conversation to have. I'm actually really happy with how that went. And also to see that there are Trump supporters out there, I got to go on these lives and find these Trump supporters and have them join my stream. I think that is the way to find these Trump supporters because I think the most like ideologically aligned with Trump are like in these panels. Because you notice like he is a little bit more ideologically aligned with Trump than like typically like a Trump supporter you'll see on the stream, right? So like I think that that's something I need to do. And I'll definitely try to figure that one out more. Maya, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you very much. For random question, my brother said that his property tax went up 10% and he blames it on Somali fraud in Minnesota. Should I respond by saying it has nothing to do, so it has nothing to do with inflation? Question mark, or is that not correct? So property tax is going to be relevant to the area. I don't even think it would be specific to the fraud or to inflation. It has nothing to do with either of those things. The property tax going up would be relative to the particular local area he's in and what they're responding to in terms of increasing their revenue. It seems like that could be related to like some sort of budget issue that would have pre-existed this. So it seems like they just need to do research into that. You could ask them for evidence of it being Somali fraud because there's no basis for that. It's like a city budget. It's not going to have anything to do with Somali individuals committing fraud. And Trey, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Trey. Let's get this next person up here. Again, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Let's get this next person up here. Only do send a guest request. Again, if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, we are just looking for debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
Well, actually, like my whole family does, so I kind of lean more towards that side. And I kind of just like want to know if you can convince me, like if Trump's good or bad.
Okay, can I ask you a question though? If the election were held today, Harris, Trump, or you could choose not to vote, what would you choose to do?
I'd between not to vote or either Trump.
Okay, but if you had to choose right now of either not to vote, Trump or Harris, what would you choose to do?
I'd probably choose Trump.
Okay, all right. Why would you choose Trump in that scenario?
Just to follow like my whole family. I mean, heard anything about.
Go ahead.
What was that?
Go ahead.
I said, well, because my whole family like goes towards him, but I kind of never seen it from like another person's perspective on why Trump's not a good person and everything. I never really fully looked into it.
Okay. I got you. So, I mean, I would argue that Trump is not a good president, not a good person either. He's used his position of presidency in order to call for the execution of some Democrats in Congress who just said if you're a military member and you get an unlawful order that you shouldn't follow that, which is exactly what the Constitution tells them to do. That's their oath to the Constitution, was to uphold it, which means if you get an unlawful order, you won't follow it. Mike Pence said the same thing after January 6th, by the way, which is the old vice president of the Trump administration. And he called for the execution of some of those Democrats that simply said that, which is a very normie take, by the way. And he said seditious behavior punishable by death, and then reposted someone saying hang them George Washington Wood in reference to those Democratic veterans in Congress. We can point to the fact that Donald Trump has called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, after he lost the 2020 election and couldn't accept the election results, even though 60-plus court cases indicated no sufficient evidence to overturn the election in 2020. He also tried to use his position to get 70% of the Republican Party to believe the election was stolen with absolutely no evidence.
Yeah, I do remember seeing that.
Yeah, those are all things uniquely that could get you to stop supporting him, and I can give you countless more examples of the specifics in terms of his big beautiful bill of how that disenfranchised working class people and gave mostly tax breaks to the rich individuals while adding to the debt, cutting people off their access to health insurance, cutting children off their free school lunch and breakfast, etc.
Right, is that all true? Because I have heard about that, and I didn't know if it was true or not. Because when you hear it from one person's side and then you hear it from the others, they're just battling against each other, and I just never really know what's true or not.
Yeah. I would say look up Congressional Budget Office, or CBO, Big Beautiful Bill, and it's a bipartisan committee from the federal government that does an analysis on the Big Beautiful Bill, and it will tell you all the aspects of the bill, whether they're good or bad.
Okay.
And I think that you'll find to see that a lot of it's bad because, the Democrats, they said they wanted to keep all the aspects of the bill that are tax cuts applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year, and that they only wanted to increase taxes on income over $400,000 a year, on just the income over $400K.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
For sure. Appreciate you coming up.
Have a good time.
For all those people spamming Mar in the comment section, we did hit 1 million likes. Now, before we do so, I do have some people to thank real quick, so just give me a quick second. Linda, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Olivia, thank you for the $5 for Chef Parker. Thank you very much. Wade, I really appreciate the $5. Thank you very much, Wade. Or Olivia, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Wade, thank you so much. I appreciate some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely crazy, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I would see. But thank you so much, Wade. Stacy, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'll try to find it, but thank you very much. Tracy, thank you for the $60 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Give me some W's for Tracy in the comment section right now for the $60 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Tracy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Mary, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Yehoshua, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see that in a second. And Darius, thank you for the $1. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I did actually see that. That was amazing, actually. That was really cool to see. All right, I promised her if we hit 1 million likes, we would let this happen. I gotta look for her account real quick. Mar, are you on your main account? Because I unbanned your main account. Or what account are you on, Mar? Dean Grit. Okay.
We are Charlie Kirk, we carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel, we'll honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk, his courage our own. Together unbroken, we'll make heaven known.
You are not Charlie Kirk.
No, we are.
No, we are not.
Stop lying to yourself.
We are not Charlie Kirk. No, we're not.
Can I actually debate you on why I support Trump?
Did you know that we're Dean Withers?
Can I actually debate you on why I support
Wait,
Trump,
hold up.
though?
Did you know that we're Dean Withers?
No, ew. Dean Grifters is Satan. Do you not see my username?
Wait, but
Can I debate you on why I support Trump?
That you love Dean Withers?
No, that's a lie.
How
You're better than
horrible.
Dean.
Wow, that is.
I actually
so
like you way
rude
more
to
than Dean. Hello?
Withers. That is
Yeah,
so
Dean
rude
Grifters.
to Dean Withers.
Dean Grifters.
Wow, Dean Grifters is crazy, bro. That is a crazy take. I'm kicking you just for that. That is insane. Imagine saying that. Dean Grifters? What a crazy thing to say. Yo, so how old are you?
19.
Do you support Trump?
Yep.
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd rather vote for Trump.
And what's your birth year?
2007.
And what month?
April.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
Because, I just don't like pretty much all the stuff that the Democrats are doing.
Such as?
Allowing fraud in Minnesota.
Okay,
Because, had Harris won, he would have had the man, Tim Walz, the governor, that's allowing it as vice president.
Okay, well, why hasn't he been charged?
Why hasn't he been charged? He's not the one committing the fraud.
Okay, so he didn't commit the fraud. You're saying he allowed for it?
Yeah.
What did he do it to allow for it?
He's allowed the money to go through in support of these fake preschools or schools, whatever they are.
So he allowed, there was fraud under his administration. You know there's fraud right now that's happening? That's under Trump. Do you think Trump's to blame for that?
No.
Okay.
Oh, is my TV in the background too loud, or should I mute it?
Yeah, it is.
All right, I got you.
So then why would you say that he was allowing, Tim Walz is allowing for it, but Trump isn't allowing for it?
I'm pretty sure it's a state issue.
Oh, okay. So you said it's a state issue. Okay. So what did Tim Walz do to prevent the state from investigating the fraud?
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
You wouldn't be able to tell us? Okay. So then can I ask you another question? How do you feel about Trump pardoning multiple fraudsters?
Such as?
Todd and Julie Chrisley.
And what was their fraud?
Tax fraud. But there's also a larger list. Did you want to hear the larger list?
I don't really care for the names, but I'd like to know what type of fraud.
Okay, I got you. I'll make sure that I have all the specifics for you. I got you. So, there was Adriana Camberos, convicted in 2017 of selling millions of counterfeit 5-hour energy bottles to grocers, and she had her sentence commuted by Trump in 2021 and was pardoned by the president this week for a separate 2024 fraud conviction, according to Bloomberg, which noted her brother Andres was also convicted in 2024. We can point to another person specifically that was an Italian, Venezuelan Italian banker charged with conspiracy, bribery, and wire fraud over allegations he tried to bribe a former Puerto Rico governor, Wanda Vasquez, and was also pardoned. The New York Times reported the daughter, Isabel Herrera, donated $2.5 million to Trump's super PAC, MAGA, Inc., in late 2024, according to the Times, which said a White House official denied the donations contributed to her father's pardon. That's I don't know about that one. And then another person was pardoned by Trump after pleading guilty to campaign finance charges. There's another former FBI agent that pled guilty alongside the old boss Vasquez, specifically for that campaign finance violation. There's a former healthcare CEO that received a pardon for insider trading. in a conviction that was going to last 42 months, by the way.
Why were they pardoned?
That's you can ask Trump that. That's something Trump needs to answer. That's something I got to answer for Trump.
I mean, he hasn't like spoken out and saying why he gave a pardon.
Nope.
That's odd, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Huh. Well, I mean, also the
Would that be a reason to stop supporting him?
For him pardoning people that committed fraud. I've seen worse things happen, like Biden giving.
Can you imagine if Tim Walz did that? What you guys would be saying about Tim Walz?
Yeah, I'd probably be saying the same thing I said earlier, saying that he was allowed fraud in Minnesota.
But what did he do to allow for the fraud? Because I can point to Trump where he pardoned the fraud. Okay, can you point to how Tim Walz did anything to allow for it or cause the fraud to happen?
No, sir, I wouldn't.
So then, why are you okay with blaming him?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Not really. But another thing I am supportive of is the border. You know.
Okay, what about the border?
How he's sending back mass deportations. That's what I'm fine with. I mean, if you're going to commit a crime, Democrats are saying that if a person commits like a heinous crime, they should be sent back to their country, right?
If you've committed a violent or serious offense, we absolutely agree with deporting them.
I mean, it's not a serious offense, but it is still a crime to enter this country illegally. So either way, a crime is committed. I think they should still be sent back if it's a crime.
So any crime that someone commits, in every single circumstance, they should be held accountable for committing said crime, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you guys shouldn't have voted for Trump because that ensured that he wasn't put in prison for the 34 felonies he was convicted of.
I mean, none of them were like 100% proven.
They were. He was convicted of the felonies.
Well,
I think a felony is worse than a misdemeanor, typically, right?
Yeah, but why isn't he in jail?
Because you guys voted for him for president, and he was elected president. That's literally the reason.
So saying Kamala Harris would have won, he would be in jail right now?
Very likely, yeah.
Interesting. So, you know.
His skin wouldn't just be the one part that was orange, his jumpsuit.
And let me guess, red also?
It turned red in the interview when he got so mad. It went from orange to red.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that
bit.
He
got mad and rage quit from the interview, ran away.
It was pretty, I mean, I saw it was somewhat funny.
All because he was pressed on evidence of the fact that he won the 2020 election, which is obviously, there is no evidence to support, so.
Yeah. I mean, I did see in 2020, I think it was, that the election was held in, that there was like 60,000 like votes in Georgia that was like not supposed to have been there.
No evidence of that.
So that was like what, fake news?
Yep. Because there were audits and court cases and recounts in Georgia. That's actually where Trump asked for the 11,000 votes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that everything that every single MAGA person is saying,
they would have had evidence
false.
by now, like they would have been able to find it and they would have been able to release it?
Probably. So you're saying that anything that any MAGA person has pretty much said about Trump being like truthful in a way is pretty much false?
Yeah, if it were true that he won the election in 2020, the evidence would have already come out.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, how many years has it been, bro? He's literally in the presidency again. He could have found the evidence from the position he's in right now. He could have provided that evidence to the interviewer, the reporter that was asking him the questions, which he didn't have the ability to provide, and that's why he was so mad that he rage quit the interview.
Yeah, I guess.
He looked so angry. All because he was asked for basic levels of evidence that he couldn't provide. And all he had to say in response was...
What is that you got there?
Trust me, bro.
Okay. You know, I've talked with Dean before, and I would say watching your stream, I find it a lot better than his, I just gotta say. I respect you a lot more. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, you didn't like scam people, so.
I don't think Dean scammed people either.
I mean, I think he's from like Minnesota.
No, he grew up in Colorado. He was born in California, grew up in Colorado.
No. I mean, he probably took a course in Minnesota.
The courses you're talking about, they're not courses. He sold like a.
No. I'm saying he probably learned his ways from
Do you
Minnesota.
think reselling is scamming?
No, but I think he learned his ways in Minnesota.
And by the way, he didn't even. I think he resold two of those books or whatever. That's not even a scam. So again, reselling something is not scamming, right? He didn't scam anyone. And also, by the way, complimenting me by disrespecting one of my friends is not something that I take as a compliment.
Oh, all right. Well, let me say this: you're a cool guy.
Okay.
And I don't know if I respect your beliefs, but I think you're a cool guy.
That would be a better way to frame it, not by like, oh, I like you better than Dean or something or whatever. Because like technically, if you think about it that way, there are more people that would say that about Dean than would say that about me because he gets significantly more viewers than I do. Technically, if you look at the algorithm, more people decided to watch Dean's stream, more people are entertained by Dean's stream than are entertained by mine. That's just a fact.
I think it's because he gets more trolls and people just want to see that.
It could be for whatever reason. The fact of the matter still is that more people are attending to his streams.
And he's been doing this longer. Why do you think he has more viewers and followers?
Another reason to point to the fact that more people attend to his streams than mine.
But why
I have been doing this for longer, and yet more people still attend to his.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
You think he's a better debater than you?
I would say we're pretty similar. We have different things we're good at. He's better than me in plenty topics. I'm better than him at plenty of topics.
Really?
We have
do you guys have any different beliefs than each other?
What's up?
You guys have any different beliefs than each other?
Pretty much the same on everything.
What's your opinion on so you think the Epstein situation is that he's like an Israeli spy?
I don't know if he was an Israeli spy.
I think he was personally.
Okay, so then why do you support Trump even though he defends Israel's interests like no matter what?
I don't want to say he defends it no matter what. Because what I saw recently, I think it was about maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. Trump had a phone call with the big Netanyahu, and pretty much denied support in Israel because Israel wanted to do another attack on Iran. Trump said no.
Okay, so you know that Trump went to this war for Israel, right?
Yes, I'm aware. I don't agree with it. But, I mean, also, what do you mean to distract from the Epstein files? What are you talking about?
That's absolutely what he did.
Why would he go to war with another country?
With Iran at the time he did in order to do so. I mean, I would have expected him to start the war with Iran after the midterms, right? But I think he extended it to prior, way before, because of the fact that he was trying to distract away from the Epstein files.
I think that's a little, far-fetched.
I don't think so.
I mean, starting a war with another country.
People have talked about it since then.
Yeah, but people take this for example. People are saying that he did it for that reason, meaning it's not working. So, what did he gain from that?
No, it worked in general. He gained from literally the fact that people have stopped talking about it as much. It did work to some extent. Now, it didn't fully work, but it did work to some extent.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he should have done what he did with Iran. I mean, I don't know why he also didn't release it if he's innocent.
Okay, so then,
Can I be honest with you? I do support Trump because it's my family, really.
He's your family?
No, because of my family, really.
Oh, okay. But, why? Why do you just do it because of your family? Why can't you disagree with your family? Do you always agree with your family?
I won't say always, but I mean, hearing their opinions pretty much all day, every day. I mean, it's almost impossible to hear anything else.
Well, because you hear things in your family, just doesn't mean you have to agree with them.
I guess that's true, but I mean, I don't really hear anything else, and I'm just yeah, this sounds right. I mean, that sounds good. That sounds good. I mean, so yeah.
But doesn't Trump seem so horrible? How can you defend that?
I mean, based off
Like,
what my
think for
family tells
yourself.
me,
Don't just
it's not
think
proven.
because people around you think something. If
Like,
everyone
what's
around you
that one?
told you 5 plus 5 equals 11, would you agree with that?
No, but I mean, they are saying, like, said about like that one lady, Jean Carroll, I believe her name is. Like, that's wasn't like necessarily like true.
Yeah, but what evidence did they provide for that other than just saying she's a liar without being able to prove any time she lied? When I can, by the way, when I say that Donald Trump's a liar, I can prove that he's lied.
I mean, she says that she wasn't like a victim.
Nope, that's not what she says. She
I mean,
says
she
she says
says
that it's hard for her to describe it in that way because of the fact that she's heard the stories from other people, and that's simply because of how society teaches you about these types of concepts. Right? They think that you're not victimized unless the worst possible thing happens to you, like you're ravaged and thrown on the ground, is what she said. Okay? So she's simply just saying that, like, she had a hard time being able to describe herself as a victim because she truly was a victim. She had a hard time describing it that way simply because of how society normalizes these types of ideas. Right? And it wasn't until the Me Too movement that she was able to then see community, right, in the fact that she is a survivor, right?
right.
Right? And she likes the notion specifically of referencing herself as a survivor. That seems to be like a better term that she can use as to describe this, right?
Right.
Just because she doesn't describe herself as a victim doesn't mean she's not a survivor of sexual assault.
Mm-hmm. Could I bring up that one clip that you and Dean both love of Trump talking about the pageant changing rooms?
Yeah, you want me to play the clip?
I know that I've heard it like 1,000 times by now. Trump never necessarily says in there that they were naked whenever he would go back there.
No clothes on means naked.
It could also mean that they had a robe around them. Would you consider a robe a piece of clothing? You would not go
Yes.
into really.
Yes, I would consider a robe a piece of clothing.
What about a towel? Would you consider that?
I mean, it's something that's covering your body, right? But still, you're changing in that context, right?
Right.
It's still wrong even in that context, right?
So yeah, actually, could
But
you play
I
for me?
wouldn't necessarily. I would say that they had a towel on. I wouldn't say they had no clothes on necessarily.
Could you play the clip for me? Actually, I just need to like hear exactly what he said.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
All right. He said at the beginning that they're getting dressed. That doesn't mean that they're like they're naked.
When they said no clothes on.
Where did he say no
I'm
clothes?
inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Everything is
Doctor,
good.
you're there.
Yeah, the
I
dress. Is
heard
everyone
that.
okay?
He could have
They're
been
standing
saying
there with
something
no
else.
clothes.
I'm not gonna like run miles or laps around it. He could have very well attempted to say clothing, then changed his words.
No, he said no clothes on. That's essentially what he was trying to say.
He says clothes.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay?
Yeah, I guess he could. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna make any excuses.
They're getting dressed. They're standing there with no clothes on. Is clearly what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make any excuses for that. Could you honestly try to convince me why I should support Kamala over Trump? Because, like, I don't know. I want to form my own opinion.
Should convince you is what my broader point is. But it's
So
not
just
that.
because
I can
he's
bring up-
done things in his
I can bring
past?
so many more things. I can bring how he's undermining our constitution, our rule of law, our democracy. I can bring up how he's promoting violence and causing disunification of our country. Those things are very, very important concepts to talk about. But these things in of themselves should be enough reason for you to stop supporting them. Any of these things in of itself should be enough reason for you to stop supporting someone like this.
All right,
Imagine if this were true about a Democrat.
Okay, so let me say this. I know you're trying to say reasons why I should not support Trump. I'm asking for reasons why I should support Kamala over Trump.
Okay. And I would agree that Kamala Harris is a preferable option. I would think that she wants to increase increase the amount of tax cuts that people are getting in the working class, right? So for expanding the child tax credit to $6,000 for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, $3,000 through them being 18, $25,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers for new homes, $2,000 cap on pharmaceuticals out of pocket, $35 cap on insulin for those that are on for everyone, not for just those that are on Medicare. We can also point to the fact that she wanted to extend all the tax cuts applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year through the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. She also wanted to expand access to healthcare through a universal healthcare system, which around the world they have adopted. They have nearly half as much as the per individual costs and expenditures for healthcare, and they have better average health outcomes. So it's significantly more cost effective, and it leads to better health outcomes and less people dying.
This is not an argument, this is a question. Why didn't she do this during her vice presidency?
Why didn't what?
Why didn't she try to have
vice
these things?
president? Because it relies on Congress passing these things, and then they can sign it into law. And getting elected can help promote it more to a greater extent in Congress. Which, by the way, they did a lot of these things in Congress. All right. They did a lot of the things specifically, right, like such as the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act. Within the Inflation Reduction Act, had the $2,000 cap on pharmaceuticals out of pocket for those that are on Medicare, $35 cap on insulin for those that are on Medicare, along with the fact that it had the largest investment in renewable energy ever, right? These are things that she specifically ran on, but things that she was able to implement through, again, a tie-breaking vote. Okay, so but it relies on negotiation. It relies on people coming together to get these things done, which takes time.
Why didn't Congress approve?
What? Why? Because they just didn't have the votes yet. Really, the issue that didn't get us there was that we had two Democrats that were like extremely centrist moderates that couldn't get on our side on those particular issues. Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin.
If these were like such good things, I feel like they would get passed like instantly.
They are good things. We just need more Democrats in Congress.
Well, if they're good, why wouldn't a Republican vote on them?
Because they're partisan. And
I mean,
because Republicans won't vote for it doesn't mean it's not good.
I mean, you also do have the two Democrats that didn't vote on it, you said.
Yeah, but those are like corporate Democrats that specifically are like literally playing the line, and I would say like aren't actually upholding the interests of the broader Democratic Party.
Okay. All right, I'm not gonna take any more time. I'm just like trying to like learn and just like hear stuff from you.
Okay, well,
I'm in here like pretty often.
Anything that would get you to like Democrats better? Like, what type of policies do you like hearing about?
I don't know. Seeing like all these people come in out of nowhere and like causing harm and taking jobs away from citizens that could have the jobs. It's
immigration, because immigration actually doesn't lead to jobs being taken away. It actually leads to jobs being increased. Did you know that? According to a National Bureau of Economic Research study, the employment rate for natural-born U.S. citizens has increased over the last 30 years due to immigration.
I don't see like how that would make sense. Like, let's say
because the jobs that they fulfill increase the productivity of other jobs that are fulfilled by U.S. citizens that then promote more jobs for U.S. citizens, along with the fact that they come to the country demanding goods and services because they have cost of living, they have to pay for things they need in their life, and they do things in their life, and that causes there to be a greater demand for labor, which then causes more jobs to be created.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I can see how that makes sense. I agree. I can't really argue with that. Yeah, I guess maybe abortion actually. Like, I don't think abortion should be just out there as easily as it is for the public.
You think it should be illegal?
I don't think it should be illegal, but I don't think it should be as accessible as it is.
Okay, so how do you reduce access without making it illegal?
I'm not like any like position to say any of this stuff, but I think there should be like I don't know, like some sort of like thing you have to like maybe like fill out maybe to like get your hands on one.
There are applications you need to fill out.
There are some like I mean like more like an official one in a way, not official, but like a more strict one, like a more stricter one.
Like what type of strict?
Like you can get an abortion if you were raped or
so make it illegal to get an abortion if you weren't assaulted, or if your life's not at risk.
Yeah, kind of in a way, yeah.
Okay, so you do want to make it illegal.
For certain circumstances, yes.
For most circumstances.
Yes, for most, I guess you could say.
Okay. And
Because
why
I
do you
mean,
want to make it illegal for most circumstances? Who are you to
because
say that it should be illegal?
because I mean, you have like plenty of Bonnie Blues running around doing all their thing, and
Do you
they
think
can get
the
an
average
abortion.
woman is engaging in intercourse with 1,000 men in one night? Or I
All
don't
right,
even know
let
what
me
the fucking
say,
number was. It was like something ridiculous. Like, I don't know why you're branding all women as an OF model that specifically tries to do things that are like absurd for notoriety and fame because it's relative to her career or her support. That's her thing,
all
her
right.
business. That's not
So
representative of
forget I
all
said
women.
Bonnie Blue. You could have a.
And
Am I
also,
allowed to
by the
say?
way, she still deserves the legal access to get an abortion. I'm sorry that
Yeah,
hurts your
but
feelings. Like,
he should.
absolutely, she
It
deserves the
doesn't
legal
hurt my
access to an
feelings, but
abortion.
that's just not right. I mean, she can do all these things and get
Has
away
she
with
even
it like
had an
that.
abortion?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's like, she can't anymore. Like, I mean, not that she can't abortion. I don't think she can have kids anymore.
So then, what's the problem under your view?
No,
Doesn't
okay, I'm
sound
not
like
talking
doesn't.
about Bonnie Blue.
So
It's
then,
just
why did you
a name
explicitly
that
bring
came
her up
up.
if she can't have kids? Like, that makes no
It's
sense.
just an extreme example.
And by the way, why wouldn't you blame the 1,000 men that stood in line? Why would you blame her?
I mean,
Like,
first of all,
no
1,000
mention
dudes
for
can't.
accountability on behalf of the 1,000 men that waited in line,
A
right?
1,000 people can't impregnate one person. I mean, they can't impregnate one and the same person.
But you just said that person can't get pregnant, so you don't have an issue.
I didn't say she can't. I'm just saying at this point, I don't know if she'd be able to.
Okay, what would prevent her from getting pregnant?
I think she's been like stretched out too much.
What? I'm sorry. That wouldn't
I don't
prevent
know.
you.
Like,
I'm sorry. One, that wouldn't prevent you from having kids, and two, that's not a thing. You know that, right?
I
Like,
don't
that's literally
listen.
not a thing.
I don't know about this stuff, okay, too much, but I do know that
It's
it should
literally a
not
muscle.
be.
You know that it's a muscle, right?
Yes, I'm aware of that. I learned this in like high school.
Okay.
All right, but what I'm trying to say is people that will like am I allowed to say prostitute on here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, people like prostitutes, they'll go around with people, and then the next day they'll get an abortion just because they needed like money for something, and then like that should not
That
be
would be
okay.
very costly for them to do that, by the way. Abortions are expensive. And also, by the way, like, so they should be able to if they want.
No, they shouldn't be able
Why
to.
not?
It's wrong. It's just wrong
Why?
because I mean it's anti life.
It's anti-life. How?
Yeah.
Okay, how so?
How so? I mean, you're taking away the chance of, like, let's say maybe the next Elon Musk because someone decided to get an abortion because they were, what's the word? Unresponsible.
I don't know why you brought up someone evil as a reason to, like, oh, it could be this person that's
Elon
great.
Musk, he's done great things. He's made electric cars that's better for the
literally
disease.
used his platform and literally 100 millions of people have access on Twitter to then get Donald Trump elected, who's an adjudicated rapist that tried to undermine our democracy, that called for the termination of the Constitution.
All right, fine. Let me say this. How about the future Kamala Harris's of the world? Would that be better?
Well, I mean, you can say that, but that still doesn't change anything because it's no more likely that someone's going to be, right, like the greatest possible person in the world as the worst possible person in the world. Like, I don't know why you'd explicitly just reference that, right? That's not a reason. And also, I don't care about just the potentiality. I don't think just the potentiality of a life existing in the future is enough reason to say that someone shouldn't have the access and autonomy over their body to determine whether or not they want to go through risks associated with pregnancy, such as medical risks, financial risks, psychological risks, etc. There are huge obligations and risks that you have to undergo through by literally going through a context of pregnancy. If someone doesn't want to go through that, that is their choice to not want to go through that. I don't give a fuck.
Then they should keep their legs
their
closed.
choice.
Then they should keep their legs closed. If that's the case.
No, I don't think a proper response to I think it's justified that people get abortions is literally people should stop having sex. Okay, well, maybe with you, right? But like in general,
Okay.
right? I don't think it's wrong for people to have sex. It's not. If you're having consensual
Not
sex,
wrong,
there's
but
nothing
if that's the
wrong.
case, use a condom, dude.
Yeah, most people do, right? You know that 51% of abortions are a result of failed contraceptives? Did you know that there are just some circumstances where inevitably it fails?
Well, that's what about? I mean, that's.
And do you think if
like
they used a
50%.
condom or used contraceptive, they should be able to get access to an abortion?
If they use one and then they were still impregnated?
Yes.
In that scenario, and I mean, if it was consensual and everything, no, I don't think it would be.
Oh, okay. So then I don't know why you brought up whether or not they used a condom, because you think
Right,
even
but
if they did use a condom, you think they still
because they
should.
they can give the baby to adoption if they don't want the baby.
Well, I don't think they should be forced to go through the pregnancy and have medical risks associated with pregnancy. I don't think that they should have to undergo financial risks. I mean, it costs a lot of
You
money
don't have to
to have
pay
the
hospital
checkups, to
bills. It doesn't
literally the
cost
hospital
anything.
bills relating to giving
It doesn't
birth.
cost anything. You don't have to pay hospital bills.
What? Yes, you do.
No, you don't. I can give you proof of that. My grandfather, after my grandmother had cancer and passed away.
Sir, that can impact your credit. That can impact your, especially under right now. By the way, we don't have the democratic policies that remove the ability for it to impact credit. Under Trump's administration right now, you not paying those things absolutely impacts your credit, impacts your ability to be able to get access to insurance. It impacts so many things within your life. They can come after you for those payments. They can garnish wages in the long run. Okay, you have to realize these things are not good for a person to have to undergo. So I think that there should be no cost. You shouldn't have to pay it. But the inevitable reality is you do. Okay, and to claim that you don't is ridiculous and very, very ill-informed.
It's not ill-informed. I mean, whatever my grandmother passed, my grandpa didn't have to pay any of the medical. I mean, they want him to, but he never paid for it. I mean, he has money, but he said he's not paying like the 50,000 or something like that.
Okay, but you realize that that's something you have to do. It's not something you should have to do, but it is something you do. Okay, medical debt is one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in this country. Okay, by the way, like, this is why I think Republicans, it's impossible to say that they're actively addressing the affordability crisis in this country, because they are not willing to address one of the most fundamental lack of affordability, fundamental things that impacts the lack of affordability in this country, which is medical debt, which is people not being able to afford health care. They have zero health care plan. There is no Republican healthcare plan. Trump said he ran on a healthcare model. He's going to repeal and replace the ACA 10 years ago. Where's his plan? It's non-existent. He still, to this day, has concepts of a plan. Hell, I don't even think his concepts are actually even legitimate concepts.
I mean, I just got sacked with a huge medical bill. I mean, I'm not paying it yet.
Well, in the future, they might be able to go after your wages, bro. And that's
like, what do you mean after my wages?
You should not have to pay that. Want to know why? Because we should live in a society where everything is universally covered, right? All the necessities when it comes to healthcare. Okay, that shouldn't be something we should even have to fucking worry about. Okay. And by the way, systems that run it that way, they're more cost effective. They lead to better health outcomes because preventative access to healthcare reduces healthcare costs in the long run. Because when people are more likely to develop chronic conditions, because they're less likely to check it with the consistent checkups, because it costs so much, the consistent screenings, which cost a lot, because that preventative healthcare costs a lot. Again, people who don't get that are more likely to develop those chronic conditions, which means it's more costly. So yeah, we should absolutely expand this access to healthcare. And you want to know what? It would make giving birth then free. But under the system right now, it costs a shit ton of money. So what do you mean? Like, you just want someone to have to go through giving up tens of thousands of dollars in many circumstances, and the medical risks, the risks in terms of their job, they can't be present for their job, right? Like, you understand that, right? Like, all of those things can negatively impact someone's career in the long run. It can negatively impact someone's financial standing. It can negatively impact their physical health. And you're totally okay with that. Just because it doesn't impact you personally.
How would all these places get funded? I mean, if Democrats don't want it to like cost anything, how would it be funded?
We would take the money that we put into the current system right now, just a portion of the money we put into the current system right now through private healthcare model, and then we'd be able to pay for the system that covers everyone. Yes, we'll do it through taxes, but you want to know what? You're paying it right now to a private health insurance company. You're paying it right now to the hospital. So you will spend less money under the system that it's universally covered through taxes, because we can put all of our consumer bargaining power together and bargain for lower wages. Or, sorry, it's not lower wages, lower prices.
Lower wages.
Lower prices, sorry. Not lower wages, lower prices.
I mean, I guess. I don't know, I don't have too much to say.
That's just a fact. So, like, why wouldn't we want to band together all of our consumer power to make it less costly for all of us? That seems like literally a fucking obvious thing, right? That seems so common sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know 45 to 68,000 American lives are lost every single year due to lack of health insurance in this country?
How many?
45 to 68,000 American lives are lost every single year due to lack of health insurance in this country. Did you know that?
I mean, no, I wasn't aware of that number. I mean, it's honestly lower than I expected. That's lower.
What?
That's honestly lower than I expected.
That's a hell of a lot of people, bro.
It is. I'm aware. It's a crazy amount of people, but it's a lower amount than I expected for people not having health care.
That's
So
just
what do
lack
you
of health
what do you,
insurance, by the way.
health insurance? Does that mean that people would like attempt to go to a hospital and then were denied care?
It's that specifically because of lack of health insurance, it leads to more conditions where people develop chronic conditions, are more likely to die, right? And can't get access to the care that they need.
So they can't get treated because they don't have health insurance.
Yes, literally.
And it's like up to like
They can't get the
68,000.
typical checkups and treatments that they would need in order to be able to prevent these things from happening because of the fact that they couldn't afford the health insurance. Yes. And not to mention all the people that are underinsured in this country. There are over 80 million people in this country that are uninsured and underinsured. 80 million people. That's absurd, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't handle my
country
insurance.
where we
So.
take care of everyone when it comes to that. No one should even have to worry about that. Think about how many people, their entire families, not only are they concerned about the health of the person that is literally in the hospital, but they're concerned how they're going to pay for it, on top of trying to manage and deal with their loved one being in a harsh circumstance that's hard for them to deal with.
Why don't you just
And
go
think
to
about
the ER
how many
then?
people have the added anxiety, pressure, and everything on top of that because now they can't specifically pay their medical bills. They can't pay
What about
for
the
the things
ER?
they need in their life. How much that's going to hold them back for the rest of their life. How much they extra have to worry for something that they should have never had to worry about in the first place. Don't you want to live in a society where people don't have to worry about that all the time?
Yeah. But I mean, also about like, what about the ER? It doesn't cost anything.
It does. You still get billed.
I mean, you get billed, but it doesn't
ER
cost
is
anything
not
to go
preventative
in.
care.
I mean, it's not preventative. I mean, I did go on what was it, Friday last week.
Okay, it is. Wait, well, I'm sorry, but it's not for preventative health care, right? The ER is for emergency scenarios. And by the way, the more that we incentivize people to go to the ER because they can't get necessary medical services outside of the context of the ER, the more that we make it harder for people who are working in the emergency room to help out people in situations in which they really do need this emergency care. Okay? It should not be the case that people feel like they need to go to the emergency room for basic preventative care because they can't get access to basic medical services they should have access to, right, through any other mechanism. Okay? So I absolutely believe that there needs to be broader services for people to have access to. And it's incredibly expensive right now, okay? Like, think about an ambulance, right? There are people who get billed. I've been billed before, literally like $2,000 for like a 7-minute ambulance ride after I got hit on a ski slope.
That makes no sense.
It's fucking insane, okay?
Wait, if you don't mind me asking, what state are you in?
I'm in California.
Okay, I mean, I don't know about. I live in Florida, and I just went on one 2 weeks ago Friday, and it was like $500, and it was like an hour and 20-minute ride long.
But like the reality of the matter is that you shouldn't even have to worry about these things when you're in an emergency scenario. Isn't that crazy? That you have to worry about that on top of the fact that you're injured?
Yeah, I would say so.
So I would like to live in a society where things are significantly more affordable, where we actually care about the average person, we provide basic necessities like that, and Democrats are actually willing to fight for that. Republicans have no healthcare plan. Absolutely none. They don't even talk about this. And I'm like, how can they be the ones to address affordability if they never even talk about this in the first place? This has been one of the main topics Democrats have been talking about for a very long time. By the way, this is something that's held in Canada, and literally conservatives in Canada will argue for this.
So so the surgery I had last week Friday, would you push for that to be free? Is that what like Democrats are pushing for?
Yeah, if it was a necessary surgery, absolutely.
Yeah,
well, it wasn't like an elective surgery for like just because you want like a better look or something, like a plastic surgery.
No, they did like a scan on my gallbladder, and I mean after they took it out, it was about to be
absolutely that should be free. Yes.
It was after they took it out. It said it could have been like ruptured soon. So
yeah. Absolutely, that should be free. Do you want to live in the world where you have to pay some crazy amount just for that when you couldn't control whether or not that happened? And regardless of whether or not you could control whether or not that happened, that's absurd, right? Like, this is an emergency scenario.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I can get behind that plan of like free health.
Okay.
Is that what Kamala Harris was trying to do?
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, I don't see that as like so bad, but it would also like wouldn't that raise taxes though?
But the amount that your taxes would raise is so much less proportional to what you already spend into the private healthcare model, because all these private healthcare or the private healthcare system we have right now is like around $14,000 per individual in terms of healthcare expenditure in this country on a yearly basis, right? In the countries around the world, it's nearly half that have universal models that take care of everyone, because preventative healthcare reduce healthcare costs in the long run. And you also don't have this like random investor in between you and your doctor, right? Like into the insurance companies, you have a random middleman between you and your doctor. It's just literally you and your doctor and you getting care. You and your medical professional and you getting care. That's all it is. And it's paid for by the government. That's so much more efficient than our current system right now.
Yeah. I feel like with all the stuff that she would implement, it would like raise it though, no? Like by like a substantial amount.
Wait, I'm confused. What do you mean? It would raise
Like
prices?
the free healthcare and all this free stuff that
No, it will
wants to
reduce
be
prices because we put all of our bargaining power together. Because a lot of the reason why healthcare prices are higher is because artificial things in the context of the market, that because of the fact that we need healthcare so badly, we're willing to spend significantly more for it. Because there aren't many providers, we're willing to spend so much for it. Because there's not really a lot of because oftentimes it's the insurance companies. There's a lot higher costs and higher demand, right? So you have to understand, because of how the market is established, there's all of these harmful factors that allow for people to be negatively impacted and exploited based upon things that they need, right? Because there's easily ways to exploit people in situations of tragedy under the context of the system that we live in. That's just the reality.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to have regulations in place to ensure that doesn't happen.
So overall, the prices of everything would be lower if this whole healthcare thing was free.
Yeah, if we did universal. And by the way, it doesn't mean it's completely free. Like we have to pay through the context of our systems. Like socialized healthcare costs money. It does, but it'll be free at the point of service.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
that honestly doesn't sound bad.
And did you know that Medicare for All system would actually save us around $450 billion a year? $4.5 trillion over 10 years?
That's that's like the military budget.
It's actually like half the military budget. But that's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, what would that be, like, put back into, like, roads and schools and stuff?
We could put it into whatever. It could be reducing the debt, investing in infrastructure, healthcare. We could invest it back into the healthcare in terms of better care for people, right? Reducing wait times to address some of the concerns that maybe other systems around the world haven't addressed. It could be R&D and investments. It could be so many different things. That's the great thing about it, is that that's money going back into our economy that would have otherwise just gone to the richest Americans.
You know what I could say? Actually, my uncle had to get, like, dental work done recently, and he did have to go to Colombia because it was, like, a lot cheaper. So
you wouldn't have to do that anymore.
I mean, that does sound, like, good, honestly. Listen, I want to read up on all this stuff
as well.
I want to read up on all this stuff. Like, I'm not gonna say like my mind is really like switched, but I am like swayed a little bit, you know.
Okay, well, I mean that's good. I mean, this is something I would like. Obviously, I don't think you're gonna believe it right away, but I mean, the more you look into it, the more it's like, wow, this is common sense. Like, why don't we already have this? And the reason we don't already have this is because insurance companies, private insurance companies, lobby the government so that they can continue to make more money. They have the incentive to do that. It's profit maximizing for them. That's what they're going to do, right? So that's also why we need to have regulations over our government to limit the level that corporations can influence our politics. Because inevitably, then our politicians are doing what's in the best interest of these corporations rather than what's in the best interest of the average person, because these corporations have more of an ability to influence the election results than just those individuals in their collective action.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my friend is like spam calling me. I'm sorry.
You're good.
So I do have to go, but I mean, I did really appreciate this conversation. I will be reading into this stuff.
For sure. All right. I appreciate you for coming up. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Let me thank some people real quick. Hey, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $1. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. They're real scenarios. I totally agree. Thank you so much. Megan, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you so much for letting me know as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mar, thank you so much for the 50 cents. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Great. I hope it goes great for you. As well as Jennifer, thank you so much for the 5 Canadian. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Ondine, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $10. Thank you. And by the way, Jennifer, yeah, it was pretty diabolical. And Ondine, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I think you're totally right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And as well as Monavon, thank you so much for the $13. Thank you very much. Yehoshua, thank you so much for the dollar, of course. Angela, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As well as some people to thank over on YouTube Super Chat. But let's get this next person up here before we do so. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. We are just looking for debates. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Okay. Everyone, do tap that screen. Let's try to get to 1.5 million likes if you're here on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Let's try to get to 2,000 likes. I'd really, really, really appreciate everyone. Really helps push it out to significantly more people. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Oh, that's amazing. Yo, W's for them in the comment section. We love that. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for some debates. Justina, thank you for the $30 very, very much so on PayPal. Thank you very much for so impressed by the immense amount of research you must have done to prepare your positions. Amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I think I also just retain this information more because I'm so passionate about it as well. You have to follow you?
I am 24.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
And are you driving?
Negative.
Okay, and if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I vote for Trump.
Okay, all right, let me thank some people real quick, then we can move on to our conversation. Do you just give me a quick second real quick?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Vicky, thank you for the $3. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Be Kind, thank you for the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Jose, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section. Seriously, though, if they actually followed their own beliefs. Ren, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. By far the leading cause of bankruptcy. Yep, you're totally right. Valentine, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Lucy, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. Gabriel, thank you so much for the $1. The Duke, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Maybe true. Kalo, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. He's lost, actually. Lucy, thank you for the $10. Zevian, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10 as well. And Kristen, thank you so much for the $2. Alrighty, I think I'm fully caught up. If you want to support me, as always, everyone, Venmo, PayPal, Linktree in my bio, as well as the description of my YouTube. As well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat as well, and in the pinned comment on my YouTube. Alrighty, as well as Jay, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Maybe I would. But, yeah, why do you support Donald Trump, sir?
Shout out Mar. I want you and Dean to guess. Please.
Okay, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, everybody. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Which Trip Parker?
Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
Yeah, I am turning 36.
Do you support Trump?
Politically, yes. Morally, no.
Like if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, or you could choose not to vote, what would you rather do?
Somebody held a gun to my head, Trump.
Well, or you could choose not to vote as well.
Not vote.
You would choose not to vote?
Correct.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I am just looking for people who in that context would vote for Donald Trump. I recommend to watch the streams. Honestly, that would be the best way for me to be able to convince you and change your mind to lean you more towards my perspective. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
26.
And do you support Trump?
Yes.
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Chase Oliver.
Okay, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, everybody.
God.
Yo, what's the how old are you?
I'm 18.
And do you support Trump?
I do, yeah.
What's your birth year?
2007, July.
And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I believe that during his years, he's made it a better country, and just in general, my life's been better.
Okay, here, let me thank some people real quick over on YouTube Super Chat, and then we'll move on to our conversation. I actually did forget to do that real quick. Oh, actually, I already did. Never mind. I already did that. Okay, so sorry. What'd you say again? Repeat that one time.
I think that he's just been, like, my life's just been better with him as president. That's like my starting thing. Like, I want to hear what you think. Like, what do you think? Why do you think Trump's worse?
Okay, I'll tell you that here in a second. Sal, do you support Trump?
Yes.
And what's your birth year?
86.
Okay, and how old are you?
40.
Okay, alrighty. So, Dante, you said, why is Kamala Harris better than Trump? Well, I think it's because Donald Trump tried to undermine our democracy. He tried to send falsely to electors to Electoral College to cast Trump votes when we didn't win to try to steal the election. He incited people to go to the Capitol on January 6th by saying the election was stolen and rigged, and then literally pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers on that day and called them patriots. He's also tried to, by passing the Big Beautiful Bill, added $3.4 trillion to the debt by cutting literally 10 million people off their access to health insurance through Medicaid, 2.5 million people off their access to health food stamps on average every single month, and over 420,000 kids off their access to free school lunch and breakfast on average every single month to give disproportionately tax breaks to the rich and wealthy.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but you know what Trump's done for us?
What?
He's done so much.
Such as?
He's Southgate. You want to help me with this?
Sure.
You don't know?
What do you think Trump's done?
Dante, you don't know?
No, I know. It's just I just don't. I want to hold back real quick.
Okay,
I'm
why are
trying
you
to get
asking
the
for help?
stupid thing to come off my screen so I can.
I like backing up because there's so much information. I just want to focus on one thing.
No, Dante,
I
yeah,
just
go
wanna
ahead.
know
Tell
if
us.
Parker
Name
thinks
one thing
Trump
that he's
is a
done that's good
liar
for
or
the
he tells
country.
the truth.
So one thing that he's done is he's lowered the gas prices.
Gas prices have gone up since Trump got in office. I think you're trolling. At this
No,
point.
no, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
No, they have because that was a different thing.
Okay, Dante's trolling. Sal, why do you support Trump?
I want to know why. Do you think Trump is a liar or he tells the truth?
I think he's a liar.
So then, why do you believe what he said on Howard Stern?
I think that you can say that he's lying in some circumstances and he's telling the truth in others. When I say
Well,
that
how
he's
do
a
you know?
liar, I'm saying that he's a pathological liar. He lies all the time in his best
But you
interest.
believe anything you want to pick and choose.
Wait, like, I mean,
How do you know-
there would be
how do you know it's not
there would be
lying
no
and
reason
bragging?
for him to lie in that scenario. He was
Yes, there
bragging
is.
about how he would barge into the changing rooms of women while they're changing without their consent.
You have seen the Howard Stern show, correct? Oh wait, no, you're too young for that.
Yeah, this happened when I was like 3 years old.
Yeah, and you understand it's all shock value, right?
Well, I think it's him admitting to sexual exploitation, and it's not just him admitting to it, it's also the fact that there have been 18-year-olds that came out, so there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms where Donald Trump would barge in.
Really, where were their parents then?
Well, this is a changing room in terms of the backstage for an event, so they're probably in the audience.
So the parents never made any accusations?
So, I mean, regardless of whether the parents made accusations, right? The point is that
You think that's who they would tell first,
there have been
right?
victims that have came out and talked about the fact that this happened.
Can you name one victim that's underage that came out but didn't tell their parents?
Well, again, the 15-year-olds didn't come out and say this. It was an 18-year-old that came out and said there were 4 girls.
You said
as young as
minors
15
came
years
out
old.
and said it.
Well, I can tell you,
You just
Mariah
said adults and
Bellato.
minors.
What's up?
You just said adults and minors came out and said that. And now you're saying it was an
No,
18-year-old?
I said an 18-year-old came out and said there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms when Donald Trump would barge in. That's what I said.
So what pageants do they have 18-year-olds and 15-year-olds?
Miss Teen USA.
So what were those two?
What?
What were their names?
I just told you, for example, Mariah Bellato talked about this. right? There have been countless individuals, specifically, that came up and talked about this. Some, by the way, said Donald Trump barged in, right? But they didn't find it as an issue, or they weren't uncomfortable specifically by it. Okay, there were different circumstances specifically where this happened. And by the way, there were multiple people that talked about how Donald Trump would barge in.
So why do you believe only the ones that say negative, but not the ones who say positive?
Well, no, I believe the ones who say positive, but what you're not understanding is that they're talking about different events in some circumstances. And also, right, just because someone didn't feel uncomfortable by it doesn't mean other people don't feel uncomfortable by it, right? That just doesn't follow.
But you're assuming everyone's telling the truth.
Well, I mean, I have no reason to believe they've lied in this scenario.
So people have never accused men of things like that?
Well, I mean, I think that Donald Trump's admitted to it, plus there have been people who've come out and talked about the fact that this happened. So I think that's good enough reason to believe that this did happen.
And you're going to sit here and say that's an admission?
Well, I do think that liars, pathological liars, can still admit guilt. Can you agree?
Yes, and that means they exaggerate things that they don't do.
Can you agree that pathological liars can admit guilt?
How do you can't tell when they're lying? They embellish everything.
We can tell when they're lying because we can look at the evidence.
Okay, so what evidence do you have?
I just told you. We just went over it, sir.
You have testimony that no one can prove.
Wait, do you think you need evidence to believe things to be true?
It helps.
Do you think you need? Do you think? No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you yourself. Do you think you need evidence to believe things to be true?
So you agree someone should be put to death without evidence?
Well, I'm not. I never said someone should be put to death. I'm confused.
Well, you're asking me if I need evidence to believe something to be true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you do. Okay.
When it comes to legal matters and getting people in trouble, yes.
If you need evidence to believe things to be true, let me ask you this question. Why did you say that Dean was my boyfriend in the comment section?
Because you're smirking. You guys are always together, best friends.
So because you don't have any best friends?
Hey, you guys were eating oysters together. What was that about?
I don't like oysters, actually.
Can you? What the hell? You guys posted it. You guys were.
Yeah, he was eating oysters. I don't like oysters.
Yeah, the two of you guys.
I won't eat them.
So you're the woman then, right? So you're the woman then. If he was eating them.
No, both him and my girlfriend were eating them.
Oh, I don't want to know about any more about that.
Like we all three hung out together.
Ew. Don't need to know about that.
About how what you brought up eating oysters and what are you talking about?
It's called being a joke. Okay. You sit here and make fun of people all the time.
Well, no, the point that I'm making. Wait, so you don't actually believe that to be true? So you think it's okay to like make fun of people by saying that they're gay?
You think
as like an insult that they're gay?
Fun of them? Why is being gay an insult?
No, you just used it as an insult, sir.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You took it as offensive.
You just tried to call me gay as a joke, which you thought as it was an insult.
I say, okay, you act gay.
So you just use it as an insult, did you not?
You are gay. No, I'm not using it as an insult.
Okay, wait.
How is that insulting to you?
What does it mean? Am I saying you're lower? How do I quote unquote act gay?
Just your feminism.
My feminism? So because I'm a feminist?
Yeah.
So because Parker get a job as a feminist, that means he's acting gay. So I guess that's based then. So acting gay is based.
Wait, you just said I don't need evidence.
No, I do think you need
evidence. No, we don't need
evidence.
That is the evidence there.
What evidence? That I'm a feminist?
You're the one making a point that it's bad to have evidence for something to be
being
true.
A feminist just means that you're a normal person, right? Because being a feminist just means you believe in social, political equality for men and women and the liberation of people from the patriarchy. That's what we believe by being a feminist. So what about being a feminist makes someone gay? You know that there are people who are straight who are also feminists, right?
Well, why can't I call you gay?
Well, you're using it as an insult.
No, I'm not.
You just did.
I'm not putting you down for being gay.
You literally just did. So why would it be a joke to say that I'm gay?
What was bad? What was bad about me saying that to you?
Well, you were trying to use it as a joke.
Parker, you're white.
Why? I don't.
You're white.
Know. Yeah.
Is that an insult?
No, you're describing.
Okay, then why say, "Hey, Parker, you're gay"? How's that being an insult?
Because you're describing me as gay as an insult specifically. One, because I'm not gay, and two, because you tried to bring it up as a joke.
Okay.
Because you're trying to demean me and Dean by saying that we're boyfriend and boyfriend. That's what you're trying to do.
You guys get off on it.
No,
you see all the comments you over there. You see everyone saying, "Why are you smiling?" when people are saying that to you.
Why am I smiling? What?
When people talk about you and Dean like that.
Because I'm laughing at how absurd you guys are.
Okay, it's a joke.
Because
You're
you,
having
you
fun.
guys believe things with no reason, and then also the only people that want me to be gay to this extent are literally individuals on the right who obsess about me and Dean being gay, and they want us to be gay so badly. So if anyone's pushing being gay on people, it's conservatives on the right that are trying to literally like constantly say that Dean and I are gay when we both have girlfriends, right? Like you guys are obsessed, like, and constantly, right? Like want
Again,
to keep
Parker,
portraying this
you
idea
don't
to be true.
understand jokes.
Well, I
Am
don't
I
know why
sitting
you
here
think it's a funny
declaring
joke.
that you
Can you
are
explain
that
to me
I don't?
what's
Oh,
the
I don't
point of the
believe
joke?
you're straight. I don't believe you have a girlfriend.
Aren't
I'm not
jokes
saying
supposed
any
to
of
be?
that.
Wait, sir, aren't jokes supposed to be funny? Like, what's the
You were
point of the joke?
laughing. You were just laughing earlier.
I'm laughing at how absurd you are because you think that's true.
But it's still funny to you.
No,
You're
but
laughing.
the joke is not. I'm not making fun of because you made a joke that was funny. I'm laughing at you for being stupid.
Okay.
Do you realize the difference between me laughing at you and laughing at your joke?
That's why you
do you
said
understand
that.
the distinction between those things?
That's what you said from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm laughing at you, not your joke.
Okay, great. I'm entertaining you. So what's your problem?
And I'm just pointing at the fact that you're being ridiculous.
Okay, great. You're being ridiculous, trying to take something to mean it that it doesn't. Something I'm not trying to say.
And you clearly were. Like, I don't know why you're trying to like gaslight me right now.
How?
It's
Did
an
I say it in
embarrassing
a rude
attempt.
tone?
Everyone sees right through it.
Really?
Yeah, you were literally
you can read
trying
my
to
mind.
use it as an insult. Everyone sees
Okay.
that.
Well, yeah, I forgot. Parker knows what's in people's mind. That's why he can say Trump is telling the truth on Howard Stern, but everywhere else he's lying.
Do you think he tells the truth?
No.
No? So you think he's a liar?
Yeah. We can all see.
Why do you believe anything he says?
Things. I mean, come on. He came out and said, "I'm going to lower gas prices,
why do you believe
lower
anything he
grocery
says?
prices day one." Did that happen?
Sir,
no.
Why do you believe anything he says?
Why do I believe anything he says?
Yeah.
I voted because of how the media is so against him.
How?
The whole establishment did not want Trump there, even other Republicans, because he does not play by their established backdoor rules.
Or maybe because he's a bad person.
Or maybe not.
Well, we found out he's a bad person, right?
Meets him says he is a good person.
Nope, not a good
Even
person.
Bill Maher, who sits here and criticizes him, says he's actually a nice person in real life.
I don't. If
and
Bill
your
Maher
side
said that he's a nice and good person, I don't consider anything that Bill Maher says on that. That's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm just giving an example. He talks so much crap about Trump. Trump invited him to dinner, and then now he changes his tune about it. He still talks crap about him.
How cringe. How cringe.
Okay, but see, you don't take anything as evidence. You're like, that person.
I don't care that some random fucking person said that they liked Trump.
Okay, why don't you meet with Trump
or more nice to Trump? Like, I don't
so
give a shit.
Would you accept an invitation from Trump?
No, I would not personally sit down and have dinner with the guy.
Why not?
No, I would debate him in public. I would not sit down and personally have
so
fucking
you just
want to
do it for the money?
What?
You just want to do it for the money?
No,
I'll
for the
debate
impact
him where
on
I can
society.
make
I don't
money.
want to sit down and have fucking kumbaya with Trump, dude. That's ridiculous.
Why are you trying to make a point? The whole point of debating is you want to try to embarrass him in front of people, right?
Yes.
You're not trying to change his mind. Exactly. Why not
I don't think
work
his
with
mind will be
people?
changed.
So you don't believe in working with people you disagree with?
I do believe in working with people I disagree with. I just think Trump is a fascist. I think Trump tried to undermine our democracy, our rule of law, our constitution. I think he's an adjudicated rapist. I think he tried to prevent the release of the Epstein files, even though he's legally obligated to release all the files. He's such a horrible guy that I wouldn't fucking sit down and have dinner with the guy. What? Is that crazy?
What are you talking about? How the hell is he preventing the release? He signed the release of them. Did Biden do that?
You know that he was forced to. And by the way, he still hasn't released all the files, even though he's legally obligated to do so.
So
And by the way,
Trump
he
is
wanted
the
to
one who
prevent the
releases
release of
them?
the files. He called Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor when she wanted to release the files. He said that anyone who wanted the release of the files never supported him in the first
And
place.
Trump is very good at trolling you guys about that.
You
So
think
what in
he's
the
trolling.
Epstein files?
You
what
have
in the
TDS.
Epstein files?
You have TDS.
is
You have
bad?
Trump devotion syndrome.
What's bad in the Epstein files about Trump? What has come out in there?
He was credibly accused by a minor that got a settlement with the Epstein estate.
Credibly accused by who?
By Jane Doe 4, who got a settlement with the Epstein estate for
Oh,
her
who's that?
accusations relating to Epstein's behavior relating to trafficking and sexual abuse, right? Which would then, she also made an accusation that then implicates Trump because she said that Epstein trafficked her to Trump.
An accusation. So all of that settled under
But
Epstein.
from a victim that
they
got a
made
settlement with the Epstein estate.
Okay,
So
they
if you
settled
believe
it
the
with Epstein,
survivors
not
of
Trump.
so if you believe the survivors of
So
Epstein,
you mean they made an accusation they couldn't substantiate? That's why they didn't do anything to Trump about it.
wait. So by the way, do you think everyone who has done something horrible in the Epstein files has been held accountable?
No, there's probably a lot
then
more.
why would it be
know.
out of the ordinary to say that someone did something yet they weren't held accountable in the Epstein files?
Because someone mentions him, but there's nothing there. What do they have to go on?
Well, you say
Who
there's
is this
there
person?
is
When did it
something there.
happen? Where did it happen?
Do you
You can't just make an
Can I ask you a
accusation and
question?
then say person's guilty.
Can I? Well, I mean, there are also
No, but you're just
27
trying
plus
to get
people that have
around
accused
that.
Donald Trump of. Do you think the 27 plus women that have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct? Do you think every single one is lying?
Do you know how many people accuse Bill Clinton?
Can you answer the question?
You know how many people didn't write out
Can you
and say,
answer
"Oh
the
yeah,
question?
Bill Clinton's
Can I have an
guilty
answer
because
to the
they're
question,
accusing him."
sir? You know, could you think every single one of the 27 plus women that have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct are lying?
So how many have gone to court and shown evidence?
Can I have an answer to my question, and then I can answer any questions you have, sir?
No, anybody can make an accusation.
So you think all of them are lying?
That doesn't mean you automatically say they're lying. Someone can make an accusation, you could believe them and verify. You don't punish someone based on an accusation. That's not how our law works. You're innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around.
I understand, but
Hey,
Donald
Parker,
Trump was
you know
held
what?
liable.
Hey, wait, let me
Donald
tell you
Trump was
something.
held liable for sexual abuse. But can
Parker,
you answer my question?
Parker, you raped my dog. Okay? So now you should be punished based on that. Without evidence. Why would I lie? You did that.
Why would
That's
you
the
lie?
exact
Because
same
you're a
thing you
Trump
guys are
supporter
doing right
that's
now
trying
with
to.
Trump.
Why would you lie? Because you're a Trump supporter that's trying to deflect away from blame.
Okay,
from
so
Donald Trump for
you're
his
lying.
behavior.
All those
Can I
people are
explain
lying
why you're?
because
Can I
they hate
explain why
Trump.
you're being ridiculous?
It's the exact same thing, Parker.
Can I explain
Everyone's
why?
lying
No, it's
because
not.
they hate
It's
Trump.
not the exact same
You're saying
thing.
I'm lying because I'm a Trump supporter.
No, I'm saying
Don't
you're
be
lying.
a hypocrite. You can't
Listen,
have it
you're not
both
listen-
ways.
You're not listening.
No, you can't
You're
have
not
it both
listening.
ways.
Can I please explain? So I'm saying you're lying because you're a Trump supporter that's trying to deflect away from blame on behalf of Trump. So you're trying to make up an accusation to try to claim that these accusations are going
not
to be
guilt.
treated the same. One, we're talking about specific credible victims that have come out that specifically have accusations that not only have they adjudicated in the context of the civil court process, but also we have individuals specifically that are survivors of Epstein that got settlements of the Epstein estate that specifically also accused Epstein of trafficking her to Trump, which inevitably implicates Trump, along with the fact that we can also
Then why
point
didn't Trump
to
get
Donald
charged
Trump
too?
admitting to grabbing women by the vagina without asking, Donald Trump
No, go
admitting
back to that one
walking
with
to
the
the
court
changing rooms
case.
of
It's
naked
actually
women
in
while they're
court.
changing without their consent. Please address any of these points. All of this evidence together
Okay,
points to
listen
the
to
fact
me.
that this is
I'm
true.
trying to adjust one. Go back to the one you said where they got a settlement with Epstein case, but nothing happened to Trump. Why?
You're not listening because of the fact that
You told
many
me to
people-
address it.
Yeah, I already
Why?
addressed this. Many people
That's
in the
an
Epstein files
accusation.
have
There's
not
no
been.
evidence.
Listen, sir. Many people in the Epstein files have not been held accountable for their violations, for the crimes they've committed. Right? That does not mean that they aren't guilty. That's absurd. Secondly,
Okay,
you
but
believe.
Trump just has
wait, so
accusations.
if a jury determines that Trump sexually abused someone, would you believe it?
In front of a jury, yes.
Okay. So do you know that happened? Did you know that an entire jury of 9 people determined that Donald Trump forcibly
Not civil
penetrated
court.
E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her
You
will?
know that is completely different.
No, it's not.
The
It is
standard
a
of
jury that
evidence is
determined this.
completely. What's the standard of evidence then?
Preponderance of evidence.
Yes, and that's not beyond a reasonable doubt like criminal
So?
court did. What do you mean so?
So wait, you said
So
if
if
a
I-
jury
look,
did,
Parker,
sir, wait, pause. You
if
said
I
if
were
a
to
jury
take you to
did,
court-
listen.
listen.
You said if a jury determined this to be true, you would accept it. A jury did determine this to be true, therefore you
That's
should
a
accept
civil
it.
court. That
So
is a
do you
damn
accept
civil
the 34 felonies against Trump?
Yes, but they're BS.
Oh wait, why are they BS?
What was the second crime?
Wait, you said that they're BS, so you don't accept them.
They're misdemeanors, and it should have only
No,
just.
it
been
is a
one
felony
misdemeanor.
as by the court. So by the way, you don't
Yes,
even
it's a
believe
felony
the
if
criminal.
there's a second
so by the way,
crime.
whenever there's a criminal conviction, you don't even believe the criminal conviction.
Stay on this topic. What was
Wait,
the second
sir,
crime?
you just said I would believe it if it was a criminal conviction. I asked you if you believe in this criminal conviction. You don't.
You said what
You
about
said
it?
it was BS.
Yes. I said yes, but it's BS because look at the facts.
That means you don't believe it's actual.
Okay,
BS
what was he
means
charged
it's
with?
bull.
What was he charged
What are you
with?
talking about? BS means not real. What do you think BS means?
Parker, do you believe people can have false trials, be sent to jail for being innocent, be found guilty wrongly?
Yes, and I think that the evidence would then adjudicate that they were innocent. The evidence
Okay.
indicates that Donald Trump is guilty Okay?
So
you
is
have no
Trump
evidence
appealing?
to believe that he's innocent. Okay?
Yes, we
There's
do.
a pattern
Let's
of
go over
constant
it.
behavior
Let's
that
go
he's
over it
engaged in that inevitably leads to this. You said you would
Okay, let's
accept the
go
jury.
over
You
it.
didn't accept the jury. You just said you would accept the criminal case. You didn't
See, now
accept the
you're
criminal
deflecting,
case.
Parker, 'cause you don't
have
wanna go over the
listen,
case.
bud. Hey, bud. You have TDS.
You don't wanna go over the case.
You have TDS. You have Trump devotion syndrome. There's nothing Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him. There's nothing that Trump could. There's nothing in terms of evidence that could come out that would get you to believe this about Donald Trump because you have TDS, Trump devotion syndrome. You are in a cult, dude.
No, you can't just accuse someone of something like that without evidence. Say, oh, you're in a cult, so we can't believe anything.
I explained why, bud. I gave you the evidence.
Parker, okay, listen. Why don't you want to go over the
why.
case?
You're like, you can't do that without evidence. I just explained the evidence.
Parker, why don't you want to go over the case?
I do. We can go through the case.
Okay, so what were the 34 felonies?
They were falsification of business records in the first degree, which is a Class C felony in the state of New York.
Okay, and how does that original misdemeanor qualify to be a felony in this specific situation?
Because of the predicate crime. He was committing this crime in furtherance of another.
So what was the predicated crime?
The predicate crime did not have to be established of what specific predicate crime. It just had to be agreed upon in terms of the jury that there was a predicate crime that was violated.
One of the predicate crimes that...
Can you please listen? Can you stop cutting me off? Please listen.
No, because you're wrong there.
No, I'm not. What could the predicate crime have been? Election interference. It could be specifically that Donald Trump was specifically, in this case, he was preventing the story from coming out in terms of the hush money payments by falsifying the business records so that the information wouldn't be seen by the broader public to then impact the election prospects. That's specifically what could be seen as one of the predicate crimes. But again, it didn't have to be agreed upon on what the predicate crime was. Just that there was a predicate crime that was violated in furtherance of this particular other crime that he committed.
And that's where it's going to get turned around on appeal. Because the predicated crime doesn't have to be charged. But it does have to be agreed upon. You just can't say, oh, he could have did any other crime. And then that qualifies.
No, it could be any predicate crime. They just have to agree that there was at least one predicate crime that was violated, not which predicate crime was violated.
Yeah, but they can't disagree on that.
Well, yes, they could disagree of, I think it was this predicate crime, and the other juror could think, oh, I think it was this predicate crime. But the fact of the matter is that in each of those scenarios, they believe that there was a predicate crime that was committed in furtherance of the other crime that was committed, the falsification of business records.
Yeah, and that's where they shouldn't have. They should have had this
Wait, you're wrong.
separate
Wait,
crime.
you're wrong. Wait, do you have a law degree?
Do you have a law degree?
No, but the court indicated
Okay, then
this.
stop. Then
Wait, listen,
don't ask me that if you don't have one. It doesn't apply.
Hey, bud, the people who did indicate this do have law degrees. They are working in the court process. The court process adjudicated this. So if you're going to say that this isn't a correct process, then you have to have some basis in understanding to say that it's not the correct process. You don't have a basis to say that, and that's why I was calling out the fact that you don't have that.
Using your same standard, there's a lot of people who have law degrees that say that this was BS and he should win on appeal. So if you're appealing to authority, then I didn't see that.
I didn't see that as a unique justification in of itself. I was just seeing if you have the extra evidence of information in of itself that you could point to.
There's no other case where they did that.
Holy shit.
All other cases...
I'm muting you, okay? I was just trying to see if you have the necessary information to be able to relate to that. I wasn't saying that in of itself would make you right. Does that make sense? You're misunderstanding what I was asking for.
Well, you wanted to bring up saying if you have a law degree, you can't sit there and try to dismiss people, but then you don't have the same qualification